Listen, listen, listen. Welcome to Monday Night Tour Ramblings, where I'm going to ramble on for 3+ hours, and I've got a lot to talk about because it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks since I've been sitting in this chair during Monday. Now, I've been in here. I know many of you are probably saying, dude, we've seen you more the past 2 weeks than normal. So it's not like you've been gone, but let's be honest. I haven't been here. I haven't been able to BS about the things that we normally talk about, or shall I say the things I normally ramble on about. So let's just get right into this because we have a huge show, a lot of things to go over, a lot of toy news, and not just out of what came out of JoeFest. And we will talk about JoeFest a little bit later, different things that I had found out from there, what I learned, how absolutely wonderful that convention was. Seriously, if you have not gone, if it's not something on your bucket list, you need to do so because it is just fun. You don't even have to be a Joe. You don't have to be a Joe collector or a Joe fan. It was so much fun getting to meet so many people. But we're going to get into that in a little bit. So everyone's had a great weekend. I did. It was nice to kind of be back home and just relax. Had a 2-day work week, have a 3-day work week this week, so I'll be able to get some stuff done around the house. As you can see, I've been pumping out review videos as G.I. Joe decided to send everything, or Hasbro through BBTS. Amazon has stuff coming in tomorrow. Still looking for that dock, so that's the only thing that I need to get right now. And then I got that wave done and should have 2 figures tomorrow and Beachhead later on this week. Possibly Thursday is what it is saying. So want to say thank you to Oz for the clubhouse. Thank you to Travis for having us on his show Wednesday to talk about the panel and what we had done there. And everyone else that joined me on the Thursday with the friend that was at JoeFest. I'm going to try and name off a few people. I'm probably going to miss some. But G.I. Bro, best guns in the Joe community. I have something to strive for going into next year. I will never be that ripped, but maybe I can bulk them up. I have to load up on some creatine, a lot of protein. So G.I. Bro who joined us, we have, oh my God, I'm already drawing a total blank. Obviously, Ed, Baldy for being on the show for the first time, Tony, who seems to always be on, Fantastic Plastic for this bad boy. I never had one of these as a kid, and this is for the 6-inch figures, and this thing is awesome. He was wearing this around. He's like, hey, you know what? I made this for you and some other people. I can still smell it. It still kind of permeates and gets us high. His goal was to get Derek and I high for the first time because both of us were straight edge. Believe me, I didn't realize there'd be someone else straight edge in the toy community, but I found that person. Not only is that person straight edge, he's actually friends with a lot of the bands like Sick of It All that you see at the or that you hear at the beginning of all my videos. So it was cool to meet him. Sharlock and just everyone. I should have wrote it down. This is what happens. But you guys all know. Thank you guys all. Everyone that I met at JoeFest, and we're going to talk about it later, obviously. So what I got in for my reviews, different things like that. Oh, you know what? Let's get through the chat really quick because I see it is huge right now. 47 people watching. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Sometimes it passes by and people don't realize that they're not subscribed. So we have Johnny Reno is in the house. G.I. Bro, who I already talked about his guns, and don't think that in a gay way, but good Lord, dude. Woody 222 is here. We have David R is already here. Cobra Commander, Jay Astro. We have a Black Genghis who does another wonderful show every other Thursday, so be sure to check him out. We have Sean Forrester. We have Capitan here. We have Jay Solo Arts is in the house. Astrodominus Toys, who is in before his sister, Clint Jorgensen, Captain Action Pants. Thank you. You gotta streamline your names, man. We have Nolan, who I am told that if Nolan is in the chat, then we are officially a toy tuber. We have Sub0911. I don't believe that I've ever seen you before, so if this is your first time, thank you for joining. If it's not, Matthew Matson will tell me that I'm an idiot. We have Payne's Toy Sample is here. Liquid Identity, which I do believe you are from Canada, according to Ken, if I'm correct, right? Son of a Crayon Slayer, Todd C, Sergeant Reds and Collectibles, and this guy likes to talk. I sure the hell do, John. Or is this D? Either one, you guys both know that I can talk and talk and talk. Viper Scout, who you make comments that make me laugh on other forums. Alice and Troy here. We have PNC. I know I've never seen this name, so maybe you changed your name. If you're new here, thank you for joining. Love seeing new names, new faces in here. I hope you guys all jump in and then just join this community. We have Eric Thurman. We have my first moderator. It's in the chat. Action Figs Ed. Anyone else? Anyone else? I know there's more. We have Joe Gonsalves. I think I said that right. Let's see. Everyone's just saying hi to each other, but I know I did see. I think I said Jay Astro. I know I said Eric Thurman here. I know I saw my other moderator. My buddy's custom, who this guy has a tendency to make mean pictures of me. Now, normally it's when I'm actually in their chat, but then I find out they even do it when I'm not there. I feel like these guys are just intimidated by bigger YouTubers. Is that what it is? Are you guys intimidated by a bigger YouTuber? Krusty O'Crow is here. Derek Holloman. Stanley Haynes, I don't believe that I have seen you before. Snow Wolf is here. Shark Eyes is in the house. Good day, Slimy, and all the fellow slime balls. You know, I like that. I like the slime balls. Ray's Mace is in the house. I know I said, there he is. My first moderator, Matthew Matson. How are you doing? Strange Dog Comic Stuff. I don't remember. I think I saw you here. I know I've seen you in a couple chats recently, so great to have you here. Darth Burkay is here. And I think we got it all. Look what I did. He says, Ken is correct. Why does Ken know? I'm freaked out. That's a damn good question. New but old, I just really stay quiet. And that's perfectly fine. You know, you're more than welcome to just sit there, enjoy the show. Awesome. You know, that doesn't bother me. I'm glad that you said something here. Machine Man is here. And I think that's about it. Did you say, of course, it's D? Because you're right. I love when D's here because, wow, it's not always men that have the dirty mind, and that's a good thing. So, and Pop Blender, who I spent a lot of time with at JoeFest, so much fun. Seriously, if you haven't gone to JoeFest, you guys got to go there. Right now I'm trying to get Hella Dope Toys not to do a booth. I talked to Ted. I said, you need to go. Bring your brand. Bring stickers, but don't have a booth. Just have a damn good time. Okay, so anyway, the stuff that I got. Now, obviously, I got a lot of stuff at JoeFest. Unfortunately, I got one of those Invincible Toys fist figures. If you saw the review, it's just not a really good figure. A lot of promise to it. It is very, very disappointing, and I'm hearing this from a lot of people. So a lot of people are kind of, asking me what my thoughts were after they had it. I said everything in the video, and it's disappointing. Delta 17 figures. I got a lot to say about Delta 17. We'll get into it. They were such a hit at JoeFest. I don't think they realize it. So Ken, Steve, seriously, you guys were a total hit at JoeFest. One reason, you had product. which so many people didn't have product, and that bothered a lot of people. So, but obviously I got that almost the whole Joe wave. Jinx, who has some QC issues, Nagahide, Torch, and seriously, the breakout star so far has been that Night Creeper. That thing is way better than I had expected. Tony's Figs is in the house. Club Tarkin in the motherfucking house. Exactly. We will talk about Club Tarkin because, oh man, Club Tarkin was awesome. But I got a Bison over here. Look at that. I got a Bison in the house. I just had to push it over a certain amount to get the $100 and no 6 months of pay for no interest for 6 months. So I have time to pay it off for the channel. Anyway, past 2 weeks have been crazy. As I kind of already mentioned, I know people have been talking about JoeFest. I've talked about it, but we will get into that. Thursday with a friend. It is going to become a weekly show. So this 4th of July, I will have Frostbite G.I. Joe repros on. It is a recorded one. I still do accept super chats. I just can't highlight them. No, it's a great one. I think we go about 2.5 hours, a little over 2.5 hours. I love when there's a holiday or something that I'm not going to be around, that I'm able to get some of the people from across the pond, or maybe even the other side of Canada that times don't work out on Thursday, so we can do something like that. And getting to talk to Frostbite once again. Lenny is absolutely awesome. Such a good guy. Toyomic Display, how are you doing? Great to see you. But yeah, so Thursday with a friend. As of right now, we're looking at Frostbite. I'm hoping for the following week that we'll have Cage's Customs, a.k.a. Johnny Reno, who is already here. And then the week after that, I'm having Michael from Toy Habits on. And looking forward to all of them because, for the love of God, I really do enjoy that show. So, that's it right now. I want to get into a few other things. I'm going to do my best to not be too bad. There's been a lot of issues and drama, and somehow I got pulled into it. And this all goes back to the artist Shark. Frankly, I have my feelings on it. I've discussed it with people that I know. But the fact of the matter is, there are some people that are going around telling people to unsubscribe to me, to Bobby B, to Baldy, to Shark Eyes, to not follow Surveillance Port. Now, you guys can all read about it, and you guys can make your own decision. Here's what I want to say about this, all right? As this witch hunt went on, and I was messaged by so many people of what was being said about me, all right? And I'm not afraid to say their name. It's Ray Paz and Hal Jordan. You guys had a lot to say, all right? And I don't really care. But the point is, Shark Eyes said it best on his stream. If he really has a problem and he really doesn't want people to go after other people, and I'm talking about the artist Shark, he can easily say who put these copyright claims against him. And then you guys can all stop. But you notice he hasn't. And the fact of the matter is, there's probably a reason for it. Follow the breadcrumbs. That's all I have to say. Follow the breadcrumbs, and you can put 2 and 2 together and see what's going on. All right. I want to say hi to Gun Bunny Customs because I know he popped in on Thursday, I believe it was. I know you've never been here before. Great to see you here. And Jeff Morris is here. Arsenal of Pew Pews. I'm so glad that you're finally jumping in to say hi. If you have not checked out Arsenal of Pew Pews, go check out some of my reviews on them, and then go order some weapons from them. They are making some really, really good weapons at really good affordable prices. There are a lot of good 3D printing companies, and they're doing a really good job. So I am going to plug them as long as they continue to make good weapons. So, and then we have DJ5 Ash. All right. I've only gone on for 17 minutes and I really don't have anything else. You would think that after having 2 weeks off that I have a lot more to talk about before we get into all of this. But the truth is I don't. And probably because I've been on so many streams. We have jmck is in the house. What up, though? I just picked up that black and red drone from Gridiron. Oh, you bought the actual drone. Oh, yeah. When are copyright strikes gonna be researched first? Well, that's the whole thing. When copyright strikes happen on YouTube, they send you a formal email to let you know that you had a copyright strike. You don't get like an app bubble pop up. And you can fight it if it's not real. On Instagram, that's a whole different story. Instagram doesn't really give two shits. And that's how like Viper Island got mine taken down and got everyone else's taken down. So there's a huge difference. You can actually talk to a real person or at least communicate with a real person by email and a chat on YouTube. And you have to go through a bunch of steps to get to actually put a copyright strike against someone. So if someone put a copyright strike against me, it would say who it is, and I fight it with YouTube, right? And if it's a false one, it's going to hit the person that's actually filing it against me. So it's a whole different story between here and Instagram. Just doesn't give a shit. YouTube, they don't want to do that because it hurts them. They want people on their platform. They want it being shown, right? They want my product out there. They want the Artist Shark's product out there. They want Bobby B's product out there. They want a Toy Kind of Moods product. They want these products out there, right? This is revenue for them, So that's where there's a few issues. 80s Toy Boy, how are you doing? And Toyamic just got Torch and Naga High today. So, all right. Pop Blender says, I've had 2 copyright issues from 2 different streams on YouTube. Yeah, and at 3, you're done. Boom. You have 3 legit copyright strikes. You are done. YouTube says you're off the platform. You cannot create another You cannot create another channel. That's anything alike. If you're using the same email, they're going to strike it. And if they find out that you've created one, they will strike that one down. They are, they'll go after you hard. It is what it is. And it's, in all honesty, that type of stuff is how it should be. But usually copyright strikes, like from Hasbro, Mattel. We've known Mattel. They've gone after Geek Dead Life, and they've had to, remove stuff, even though that now they have a contract with Mattel, even after all of that happened, which is very comical. But that's just how it is. It is business for them. But yeah, so it's YouTube it's a different beast. This is where people, they make a livelihood. Some people probably make a livelihood off Instagram, not so much. I feel like people do it off Snapchat because you see a lot of those, especially female creators, make a lot of content off of that. But YouTube is where people are making it. Even if you're not making a bunch of money from YouTube, you're using that platform to sell product, to sell merch, and different things like that. So, but it brings in a lot of ad revenue for YouTube. So they want people on here. That's That's the big thing, and they don't want the false copyright strike. So, and Joe says we got a copyright strike turned over and probably deserved it, to be honest. Yeah, sometimes if you get a copyright strike, and even if it's legit, I have a feeling that if you explain your situation and you remove it, they're willing to take to take it down. But if you get, and I think that's what happened to Viper Island, to be 100% honest. They had the one from Hasbro, and then they had the one from A Toy Kind of Mood. The fact that it took people that long to figure out this guy just needs one more and he's done, it says an absolute lot. I can't believe that no one realized it. But nobody went after him like that. No one, people just didn't like him throwing, his misinformation around and deleting stuff. That's where a lot of the problems came. But again, when I'm trying to enjoy myself at JoeFest and I'm having people send me shit and telling me what people are saying and calling me slimy. I've been called a lot of things in my life, probably legitly too. Slimy is not one of them. All right. So here's what I have to say. Don't make up things not to like me about, because there's more than enough things that I legitimately do that you don't have to like me about. Let's say hi to Thanos Copter. How are you doing? But yeah, so let's get into some toys, because you know what? I'm tired of the drama. I've discussed this to death, and everyone knows my stance on this. Everyone knows how I feel about all of this. So, and Taryn says, "You're not slimy. You're tiny." That is true too. That is very true. I am tiny. And you guys got to all see it, all those pictures, how I kind of forget how short I actually am until I start seeing all these pictures. And what is this? Well, once again, Wraith Mace with the 1 membership. Thank you very much. And to that person that got it, who is Clint Jorgensen.
Welcome to the creamery.
I love that. Thank you, Wraith. And I think I'm going to do a Punk's Pit this Friday. So if it's something you're interested in, now's the time to become a channel member, or you can join anytime. And I think I'm going to do a Punk's Pit this Friday. I got my kids, but we also have the 4th of July to hang out and do stuff. So, all right. Just trying to make sure that everything, just kind of quickly reading through the chat. Again, when you're doing this alone, you got to read the chat and talk to people. So let's start with a little bit of McFarlane. And who doesn't need a gold Superman with an eagle? Well, if you need one, you can get one. Gold label, convention exclusive. So this is, if I am correct, and correct me if I am wrong, this is one of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. And I think we can say that this is exactly what you want as a convention exclusive. Something you don't want. And anyone that was at PowerCon last year knows McFarlane will give shit away if it's not selling. Tony's fake says, the Oscar statue for superheroes. Oh, that is absolutely awesome. And I guess we'll start it off really quick here. And where is it at?
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
PNC, $2 super chat is PNC. Okay, you've been here. Hell, you have been on Thursday with a friend. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. I like it. It's different. I thought maybe you were peeing in the sea, but thank you very much for the super chat. So, but you are right. You have been here before. So anyway, if you need what did Tony call it? The Oscar statue of superheroes. there you go. This would make a great fantasy football championship trophy. I'm just saying. And let's see here. We have, I want to say hi to, where'd you go? Lone Dragon. I don't know. Taking money from your viewers feels a little gross. Thank you, Toy Crustacean. And what do we have here? Oops. But
Welcome to the Creamery.
Arsenal of Pew Pews. I'm going to assume this is Gabe, became the newest channel member. Thank you very much. All right. If you need a zombified Shazam, here you go. It's a Walmart exclusive, so you will probably never see it. Awesome to see you here, Gabe. We got to talk soon too. You know, I think it was it Robo? Someone was just talking about all these zombified superheroes, and they're like, "This like every hero get zombified? Like these are our heroes, and did like none of them survive? They all end up being zombified, whether it be in Marvel or DC. Like, you guys are supposed to be protecting us, yet every single one of you seems to be able. None of you can not get bit. I mean, how does Superman get zombified? Dude, he has laser eyes. No one should ever come close to him. How does Wolverine get zombified? He has a healing factor, right? So say hi to Titan. The Titan. I didn't read that line. But did any superhero not become a vampire? Yeah, that was another one. Yeah, the vampire. Like Wolverine should not be able to become a zombie, right? And a Colossus. He can't become a zombie, right? He can't become a vampire. He's metal. Tools of the trade. FYI, guys, $50 off if you spend $300 on Entertainment Earth till 7/7. I bought 2 Stingers, Cobra Troopers, and Grenadier Bats. Wow. And if you use my code, APWT, or no, sorry, APUNK, use my code at there, you should get 10% off that also. So I hope you use that Tools of the Trade, but that's actually pretty damn cool. Ian 2800, it's a gimmick to sell books. Hey, you know what? It works, right? So if you want this, there you go. Giant pins. And then we have this guy, very sleek. Like you can barely see the pins in the legs, at least from this angle. So like the pins here, I don't really bother me. And I've also mentioned before, pins don't really bother me so much. I know they drive some guys absolutely nuts. But if they blend in, I don't think they're that big of a deal. So Sub-Zero says, when Juggernaut became a zombie, I was out. Oh, dude, Jay Astro, you're right. This guy looks like Eminem. You know what's fun? I'm not a rap guy. I know who Eminem, obviously. Even though I've never seen the movie 8 Mile, hell, I drive it almost every single day. So this is something you could actually see him wearing in like in one of his videos or something like that. So he actually does look like Eminem in many, many ways. But that's all that I have I believe that's all that I have for McFarlane. But Boss Fight Studio, and I know this is not, a lot of people are not happy with Boss Fight Studio. There's a lot of rumors going on, what's going on internally with them, and I'm not here to discuss that because I don't know. What I do know is that they tend to be making some really, really, really nice looking figures. So here is the Court of the Dead. I do believe, Ed, you can correct me. I believe that we saw these at PowerCon before they were painted. Northern Nomad has jumped in here. Great to see you. 84 people. Please hit that like button if you haven't. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button along with Wolverine Ortiz. Nice meeting you at JoeFest. Nice meeting you too, man. it was great to meet every single one of you, and we're gonna get more into that later on. Yeah, if you did not get stickers, if you didn't get stickers at JoeFest, you didn't meet me. I became the biggest tool for giving out stickers. And by the third day, I was damn good at just like, boom, here you go. Odin01 says, what's going on with Boss Fight? There's just the two of the original people that started it are out. And there's just rumors, and I have no idea really what's going on. There's just rumors behind the scenes. It doesn't really affect me, and I've never talked to those people or anyone that has been affected by it. But there's rumors and that they steal stuff, and I really don't know. It's just rumors that I hear, and I try not to pay too much attention to that. So anyway, this figure looks amazing. It's not my cup of tea. Ed, is this something that you'll pick up? Because I feel like this is something you would be all on board. Same with you, Matthew. You guys are like, you both like this type of horror stuff. I don't even know if I would consider this really horror, but I think this thing looks absolutely awesome. I didn't give you a sticker. Well, that's because your hands were probably full with like $800 worth of toys every time that I saw you. Dude, you're kidding me, right? I didn't give you a sticker? Well, send me your address. I will send you stickers. If anyone wants a sticker, I mean it. punkwithtoys@gmail.com. Send me your address, and I will send out some stickers real soon. Because I probably get 550 left, maybe even more. So, but this figure does look damn awesome. Ed says, oh yeah, I'd be getting them. It depends on the price. Does Hella Dope Toys carry them? Because that would make things a lot easier for a lot of people. And oh boy, what we gotta, I guess we gotta do it, right?
Welcome to the Creamery.
Clint Jorgensen has gifted 5 Punk with Toy memberships, and that goes out to My Buddies Customs, Thanos Copter, White Virgenta, and Payne's Toy Sample, and the Titan. So thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated, more than you realize. And just for that, I will make sure that this Friday we will be doing a Punk's Pit. We have not changed it to the Creamery yet because both my moderators don't want me to. They think it's a little, I don't know, milky if we do that. So anyway, thank you very much. All right, back to this figure. This is why it takes me so long to get through a damn figure. But I got to stretch 3 hours. So this thing looks absolutely amazing. It is creepy as hell. And if you're into horror or whatever this thing is, this is something right up your alley. And then we get this one, and this looks good too. This looks like it. Is this built on the Red Sonia Buck? Because I could definitely see it being on the Red Sonia Buck, which is another amazing figure that I have on order. So I can't wait to get that in. Mr. Wonderful, I swear you always do that stream when I'm traveling, damn it. Well, all you have to do is hit join, and you can join. You don't really have to do anything, even if you're driving, right? So if you're driving, you're good. All right. And oh boy, hold on a second here.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Arsenal of Pew Pews. I need a damn sticker. Send me your address. I should have it. I should have it, but I probably tossed those boxes. Actually, I know I have the boxes. I don't know if that's your address or a PO. So make sure you send me your address. You have my. But I will definitely get you some, because I'll tell you what, I have your damn stickers, dude, all over the place. I have so many of these damn stickers, and I absolutely love it. More of you need stickers. more of you need stickers. So send me stickers and send me your address. I will get you out stickers. And God, man, oh man, you guys are awesome right now.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And that goes out to 80s Toy Boy, gifted 5 Punk memberships. And that goes out to Eric Thurman, The Briscoe, J Soul Arts, Grievance, and Loki Wartooth. So, damn, you guys are being generous today. Thank you very much. It means an awful lot. Is Shane McMahon in the house? He is not, but let's just be honest.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
When you hear that, you can see Shane McMahon dancing at the top by the Titantron, ready to come down. Shane McMahon, off topic. Shane McMahon, the boss's son, the owner's son, the former owner's son, that guy could wrestle. You say what you want, but that guy put in the work and he did amazing, amazing stuff. So, all right. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so anyway, this thing looks awesome. If that's what the face sculpt looks like, you have a really good, menacing looking face. Which, you know, I've said that the Thrace from Boss Fight Studio, or not Boss Fight Studios, Mythic Legions might be the best female face sculpt that I have ever seen. It's not based off anyone. It's this face sculpt right here. All right. It actually comes with 2 of them. This is like one of the best face sculpts that you're ever going to see on a female. If you need a Mythic Legions, if you want to find out how good they are, that's the one to start with. That's all I have to say. This would be an awesome figure to oppose here, just by the look of it. Now, I'm not, these are based on 6-inch. I'm not sure how well they match up. Now, they do seem a little light on accessories, and maybe this isn't all they have, but I got to say, this might be one that I pick up, but I do have that Red Sonia on order, and even though it's not something I normally collect, that is definitely something that I am looking forward to. So, all right.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Pop Blender with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I just wanted to hear the song. Oh, and to support. This is also for the 2 pieces of pizza you made me eat at 1 a.m. last weekend. I felt bad for eating it. You didn't have to feel bad. Yeah, dude, I offered it to you. You know, Baldy said he would go and split the pizza with me, and I'm like, you don't have to. I'm buying it. Like, yeah, I don't need anyone to split it with me. I'm gonna buy the fucking pizza no matter what. Baldy didn't want any more but that one slice. So many people. I don't know if Ed donated the slice of the pizza to me. It's really Ed's fault that we started eating the pizza. Ed and Rob, all right. Teflon Rob and Action Fig Ed, you're the reason why we ate so much fucking pizza, because you guys had that pizza and it was so damn good. And I don't know if Ed donated it to me or as much as I just took a slice. I don't really remember. But Ed knows he could just take whatever he wanted. Anyway, so if you are interested in this, it's going to be up soon. At least for pre-order. Boss Fight, and they make pretty good figures. I have a couple of their figures, and they definitely seem pretty good. Matthew says, I pre-ordered the Red Sonia, but I may not get much else from Boss Fight. I've supported them from their first Kickstarter. And that's, you know, that's your prerogative. If, you know, you don't want to support them anymore, hey, we all have to support who we want to put our money behind, because we work pretty hard for everything that we get. So, all right. Let's get to a little bit of Marvel Legends. I did not put in what I'm transitioning to because I was just burnt out. All right. This Odin is awesome. But for $60, I know a lot of people have a lot of complaints about it, and I can't really blame anyone. Yeah, Papa Lynn said that pizza was good. Yeah. Crusty Old Crow says, wait, are you saying the food situation at JoeFest was a bit hard to follow? Next year, bring in a barbecue in the back of the truck, Joe Dogs, and beer for the Joe Bros up in here. You can bring them to Club Tarkin because that's where we need them, Club Tarkin. And damn it, dude. Okay, so I guess I have to do a.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Welcome to the Creamery.
Astrodamus with the Astrodamus Toys member for 8 months. Tony's Figs member for 9 months. Hey, you guys all get like one free super chat. I don't know how it really works. I try and read almost every. I don't try and read everything, but you guys know what. If you are a channel member, post how long you've been a channel member. It's actually in the super chat area. If you wonder where that's at, it's in the super chat area. It doesn't mean you have to send a super chat. You will see it where you can say how long you've been a member. Anyway, back to this big burly Odin. This thing looks awesome. I do believe there was a sticker shock of $60. Now, this is something that we have, at least I have gone over numerous times, that unfortunately, with the way that Hasbro is and the way that Marvel is, it's going to, they have a licensing fee and they want to make sure that they're getting their money's worth. So you're going to pay a little more, and it sucks because this thing is really, really awesome. I don't, $60 is a lot for a figure, but it's not like we haven't, well, not everyone. It's not like I haven't paid more than $60 for a figure. And then we have Islamic. I swear I've never seen you before. And if I did, Matthew will say, once again, you're an idiot. Odin. And we have Johnny Reno, who has been a member for 5 months. And then we have Poplander, who has been a member for 7 months. So you see this here? You're able to put like one highlighted super chat in, just the way Johnny Reno did. Which he's probably doing it for his truck. Hey, if you're sitting in your truck listening, Johnny, please make sure the car is running so Tony doesn't have to leave on his day off to go give you a jump. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but Johnny literally killed his battery listening to the show while having his phone or whatever plugged in watching the show. But anyway, this thing is actually pretty cool. It comes with 2 different Ravens. He's a big burly boy, and I would hope so for the $60 that you're going to be paying for it. I would have been all in on this for probably $40 because it will go obviously with with some of the Marvel figures that I do have, including Thor, Fat Thor. Actually works pretty good with Fat Thor, to be honest, because they're both chunky. So, but I don't know what you guys think of this, but I absolutely love this, so. Oops. And we have Fatrid. Is this what the cool kids are doing? Member for 4 months. Yes, it is. And I like to say that I was the first one that started calling him Fatrid, which has taken off. And I'm still wondering why he has the FU at the end. Because it's time to just drop the FU Fatrid and go by Fatrid. But you can see how these Ravens sit on his shoulders, on his pauldrons, if you want it. So, and he looks like you get him on 1 foot. Go figure. People that can stand their figures without using stands. You know who can stand their figures? Not on stands? Aaron the Toy Enhancer. I slept in a room where they were all over me, and not one fell. And that guy, that sounded absolutely awful. I guess I should do this, right?
That's what she said.
And we have Darth Berkey. I want to be cool too. Member for 3 months. Thank you very much. You guys got to remember, you guys get this cool highlighted chat that you get to do if you are a member. Grizzlehorn, that EE sale just saved me a ton. Thanks whoever brought it up. Again, if you're doing that, please, I hope you're using my code because you'll get 10% off on top of that, and you're supporting the channel in that way. Mr. Wonderful says, so Punk, you're saying they stayed up all night. Yeah. they stayed up all night. And PNC has been a member for 12 months. He was one of the early people on Thursday with a friend. And that was still one of my most interesting ones. I absolutely love that episode. Your games and everything. Why am I telling you? Just go watch it. Go watch it and subscribe to his channel. All right, so here's everything that you get for $60. Go get it. Here's the box that they have to cram everything into. The back of it. All right. I'm trying to read through here really quick. I ain't going to say his name. He's laying with my daughter right now. 101 people watching right now. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Man, I'm doing that a lot. Hey, Aaron, Ted, are you looking this? I use your code APWT for Hella Dope Toys. Thank you guys. And everyone for using that. That I appreciate more than you know, especially due to some recent things that have come up between them and myself. And thank you to Ed for that too. So anyway. Oh, you said, yep, you did. Thank you. Also, I didn't even know about that. So according to what they're saying is Entertainment Earth, if you spend over $300, you get $50 off. If you use my code, if stuff is in stock, you'll get 10% off. If not, you're just supporting the channel. So make sure you do that. And then we have Abbott. Just watch why. Words are hard. Just watch why we aren't getting Hooded Cobra Commander in G.I. Joe Classified. Mine or someone else's? We're going to be discussing that too later on when we get to the topic. I'm just going to say that because that definitely came up. Action Figs became a YouTube member. You are already one. But I'll give it to you because it says that.
Welcome to the Creamery.
Hey, you already a member. You must have dropped out. Punk, I have that shirt you were wearing in your thumbnail. Washed it today, but who doesn't have that shirt? That one. I don't remember what it was. That was a long time ago. Anyway, this guy, Death's Head. I remembered. I have no idea who this guy is. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. He's $40. I don't know who he is. I know nothing about him. He looks pretty damn cool. He kind of has like bat attachments for his arms. So, thank you. Like, man, that video was done so like almost 2 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago. And it is still relevant today because still no Hooded Cobra Commander. I need to renew my sub and got a new PayPal card. Well, you should still be. Oh, man. That's weird. Because I know people have done that. You should still have the length on it. Because I know so. Hold on.
That's what she said.
And then I guess I should just do this.
Welcome to the Creamery.
For Wolverine Schnick became a new member. Thank you very much. Member of the Toy Enablers. Now I get it. Sorry, guys. Every now and then you find something out. I was asking someone before, how do you get it to say what membership they join? And I realized on StreamYard, it just says became a new YouTube member. But over here, it actually tells you what level it is and the name of it. So, okay. All right. But this is your San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I would say this is maybe something that is warranted because it's not something you have to have. But then again, when I don't know what the figure is, maybe he is someone that became very important. So I believe these will be available. Paul has already said, hey, you know what? We're kind of going to make it work. You know, some of these are going to be available. Let's be honest. In reality, all these cons, their Hasbro Pulse Con, San Diego Comic Con, these things have not been hard to get. They have not been hard to get at all. So hopefully there's not an issue. Bobby Walt says, I think that character is a lot more popular on the other side of the pond. Someone like Fuller Figures or Mod XD probably knows that character. I wonder why that is. Now I'm interested to know, and now I'm going to have to ask them and see what they have to say. And, well, I guess we got to do it really quick.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Just so you know, Woody 222 with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Woody gets the fart sound because he is doing it all the time, and he sends so many super chats that he gets his own custom sound. Going to be an early night tonight. I blew out my hip while Captain Morganing my wife. You know, one like God, I'm getting old. Can't even rep the captain stance no more, by the way. And you know what? It looked like you had a blast with Legend series. It is awesome. I know everyone loves seeing all of us at JoeFest get to meet each other, but it's cool just seeing pictures of other content creators or just people in the chat that are getting to hang out, even if they're going to, you know, to smoke some wacky the wacky tobacco. Shit I don't do. But hey, you know what? To each their own. You're not hurting anyone, and you're having fun. And I love you guys, man. Crusty Old Crow says, Punk's code is gold. Don't just hop to it. What? Huck to it. Oh, God. God damn it. Sometimes I got to read things in my head before I try and read them out loud. All right. So across the pond, I guess this thing is popular. And if you want it, well, you can have it. As long as you buy it and you get whatever the code is that Hasbro Pulse is going to give you. So, again, he has like these bat attachments. I have no idea what this guy is. I've never even seen him before. So, there you go. Now we get into Star Wars. And I like this idea that they're giving you this 2-pack of army builders. So you're going to get a Rebel Trooper and you get a Stormtrooper. And let's be honest, if you collect Black Series, you collect anything to do with Star Wars, I don't think you can have enough Stormtroopers. I mean, I can't have enough Cobra officers or Cobra Troopers or Vipers. I mean, I can with the pocketbook, but you can't have enough. These figures look good. And, you know, Tony and I have been talking a lot about Marvel Legends and how wonderful these figures have been. And I fully do believe that Marvel Legends, Dwight and his team, they've got to be looking at the G.I. Joe team going, you guys are just kicking it. I mean, you're knocking it out of the park. We've got to step our game up. And I really feel like that's what Marvel Legends been doing. Hopefully Star Wars will do the same thing. I know there's a lot of people that are always unhappy with Star Wars, but this figure looks damn awesome. And this would actually be a cool figure if he was actually a 6-inch figure and could fit in with G.I. Joe, because you could get away with the outfit. But unfortunately, you can't. And then Stormtroopers, again, can't have enough Stormtroopers, right? Derek Holloman says, this 2-pack is how you army build. Pre-ordered one of these. Yeah, doing a 2-pack with a droid with one of the droids and C-3PO is dumb. Or was it the droid and the droid with the C-3PO's head? You know, like, not very smart. I don't need that many of those, but people will army build the droids, right? And it's cool if you want to give a C-3PO head, but then give a droid head to go with it, something like that, right? Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense if you do it. You know, nobody wants to army build, and I don't really care about Cobra Troopers. I know when they did the O-ring pack, there was the trooper and the officer. People were mad about it. I don't really care. I mean, officers they're dead bodies soon anyway. Well, stunned bodies if you're a G.I. Joe movie. Just get knocked down with lasers. But anyway, good Stormtroopers. I feel like they have perfected the Stormtrooper at this point, because let's be honest, they've done a lot of Stormtroopers. And when I see something like this, I know that they've redone the Buck. This gives me hope that, you know, eventually the G.I. Joe team will go back and redo the Viper and give it a better, you know, plate carrier or overlay that allows you to move it a little bit better. Eventually, I think they'll probably do the Cobra Trooper, but as of right now, they're still doing a lot of, you know, repaints and kit bashes, and that's fine because so many other companies do it. I mean, Valiverse does it, Masters of the Universe, or not Masters of the Universe, Motu and Mattel, they do it. I mean, that's all part of the game. You know, when you kit bash stuff, that is how you get your money out of your molds. So, but this is your Star Wars 2-pack. Then here's your San Diego Comic-Con. Now, people are mad about this, and I'm not a Star Wars Black Series collector. I think this is a very fine offering. Now, someone did say that this is a reuse of the Buck. And if it is, that's fine, I guess. I mean, when you see the Cobra Commander, you realize they're reusing a lot of the Buck there too. But for me, this is awesome. I don't have a Darth Maul. I don't collect Black Series. I would pick this up in a heartbeat, throw it up on my shelf, just because this, you know, and of course, this would make you want to get a Qui-Gon. You know, you need a damn Qui-Gon like this. But this thing looks awesome. And Mark Richard says, likes on the video are 69. I don't want to ruin it yet. Well, only you can ruin the 69. But you are correct. I just refreshed it, and you are absolutely correct. But there's 89 people. That means that 20 of you don't know how to hit that like button. Now, I don't want to offend anyone because I want those likes, but come on. Hit that like button because it feels so damn good. And Radnom is in the house. Great to see you, Radnom. Check out his stream every Friday. His Something and Chill. I'm sorry. And put a link to Radnom's chill thing. I don't know what that, you know. Put a link to it because I like Radnom, and Radnom was the one. He got to keep my other moderator, Cozy, at the DFW while we were all, you know, we were at JoeFest. Anyway, back to this thing. Absolutely awesome. I think it's got the stand for it. It's got the little droid and stand for it. So these are little things, but they really, really do go far. There's no doubt about it. In my opinion, a lot of people don't like it. Now, if you give me a stand that sits like six inches high, so he could be coming down on Qui-Gon, that would be really, really cool. Craft and chill. That was it. Thank you very much. It was, I would have come up with it eventually, like Friday night when I see it pop up on YouTube. All right. And if you don't know, Ed, my moderator, is also he's a moderator for Radnom, Random Diorama, and for Hella Dope Toys. And he works for Hella Dope Toys. And he's a moderator for Ostradamus Toys. But he's also a co-host on the Clubhouse. Oh, and he does, Ed Action Figs does a show on Tuesday. And then it overlaps with my other moderator, with Pop Blender and Mattson. It's a total clusterfuck. All right. So here you go. If you want a Darth Maul, pick it up. Or at least try to. I mean, again, I don't think any of these are going to be that hard. Just, they're going to tell you when they're going to be available, and you just take a 5-minute break on your for work. So, but he does have the cloth goods, which I think look really good, and they will hide anything that is that looks bad on the body, if there's anything bad on the book. All right. And it has the packaging of the episode 1. So I this episode 1 packaging, I thought they did such a good job going from Power of the Force to the episode 1. That packaging, especially doing the May the Power of the Force, it does bring back some very fond memories and some fun times of collecting these toys. So, and Richard Burns says, yeah, I love the packaging. It's nice. Like they didn't do too much. They didn't try and, they didn't try and do too much. So, all right. So I talked about Invincible toys. I'm not a big fan of these Fist figures. I really hope that they get the kinks out. There's a lot of promise in them. And it is awesome. They're making them in Colombia, not China. I know when I made the comment, someone said that they don't just make it in China. They don't just make figures in China because they have it down to a T. It's because it's cheap labor. That is part of it. There's no doubt about it. It is part of it that there's cheaper labor in China. But they also have it dialed down. It is the same reason why so many car companies had a problem when they decided to move to the U.S. so they could say something was made in the U.S., but they moved plants to the wrong areas. So, but this is a military vehicle that they're making. It is not crowdfunded. I believe it is being made right now. Ed, can you confirm that? I believe it is being made right now. Race says, fist them. I don't want to fist anyone. Everyone has their kink, and if that's your kink, that is fine, but that is something that kind of creeps me out. I'm not gonna lie. But this thing does look pretty cool, and he has shown it off with G.I. Joe figures. It is the Night Wolf. Now, all these pictures were taken, obviously, before I did any reviews. And if you still want to get the Fist figures, I say, go for it. Some people seem to have a little bit better time with them, but most of the people have reached out to me and said, yeah, they had the same experience. So Ed says it is going to be produced, but not in process yet. Okay. But it is not a Kickstarter. So this is going to be one of those things, Ben. It is going to go up and you can buy it. Personally, I would wait for BBTS. I would not. If they do put it up for pre-sale, because I know a lot of people have waited on these Fist figures, including, I know Bobby B, when he got his figure, he said, hey, you know what, I put a pre-order in last JoeFest and he finally got it. Something like that. So. But it does have like a rail system, a rail gun system, it looks like, or maybe it's a laser. So they were showing, they had this there. You have your rockets. I hope they look better than this, especially after you see what Ramen is doing. I know, I've said what I said about, Ramen and how long it's taken, but they delivered and their product looks really, really good. So, if you are interested in something, and I have a feeling this is going to be affordable, and it is, it holds like, was it 10 figures? It holds a lot of figures. So, let's see. Ryan Sweeney says, as a longtime toy collector, I think this vehicle looks better than the other guys. I agree with you. I agree. This is a military style looking vehicle. So, says it will be available on invincibletoys.com when ready. And I would assume at BBTS also. I would hope so for their sake, because that's where, I think you'll probably sell more through BBTS. All right. Now, these are the, what are these called? So these are the figures that are they're based off real military heroes. What the heck? Sorry. Oh, sorry. My daughter just messaged me something. These are based off Patriot Force. Thank you very much. Because the other one is I forget I just had the other one. I was just saying it. So these are based off real world military people, and I think it's awesome. They're turning them into action figures. My fear is that they're going to be the same quality as the Fist. Now, I can't believe it, not the Fist figures, and I hope the design is better. I mean, looking at this, they look better. If you watch my review, you know what I had to say about the how the shoulders look and how they all fit. These have so much promise, and what you're going to get is, I mean, real world military. So if this is something you're into, I don't know how you can't be excited. They'll fit with your GI Joe figures, or if you're just saying, hey, I need real world military. Not Battleverse real world, not G.I. Joe real world, not Monster Force real world. Real world, this is going to be for you. So that needs to be their battle cry. Abbott says, it's the Fist. Watch your caboose. Come on, guys. I'm doing this alone. You can't make me laugh because who's going to do the fucking show if I'm laughing? But anyway, the dogs, I mean, I love having the dogs. So just a better look at them. You get the muzzle. I mean, these have so much promise. And damn, I hope they're awesome. Cobra Commander says, Fist figures, that's expert level. Oh, shit. Oh, Pop, dude, Pop Lender. Dude, I love a Pat Tillman figure by Hasbro as a classified honorary type thing. It'd be a really cool thing to do and also honor a real hero. Pop Lender, when they ask for like what real world person would you, that is a fucking awesome answer. And if you don't know who Pat Tillman is, Pat Tillman was a professional football player. That's NFL for anyone that's not in the U.S. who decided to leave the NFL, join the military, and serve. And unfortunately, was killed during friendly fire. And just thinking of the design that they could do with Pat Tillman, if they were able to use his likeness, you could use his Arizona Cardinals jersey or his ASU, because I believe he went to ASU. Use his ASU jersey as his G.I. Joe uniform. Pop Blender, that is an awesome, awesome call out. I never even thought about that. I will take full credit for it when I tell Lenny. Anyway, so here's a couple more of these. And again, they do look awesome. Now, this is what got a lot of people excited. This is what got a lot of people excited. Now, they said that these are based off of the characters from a couple of the Mission Impossibles. But that is a fucking suicide bomber, all right? That's all I have to say. That is a fucking suicide bomber right there. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. But that thing is awesome, all right? That's all I have to say. Eastwood Farm says, Pat Tillman, U.S. Yeah. Dude, I like want to message Lenny right now and be like, this is the one you have to push through. Because that guy truly left what that guy left something so many of us would kill to do, play football or any sport, right? And make millions. To join the military, which I've never been in the military, but I've talked to many military people this weekend or last weekend and over my lifetime. And yeah, they don't get treated the best. You hear about the foods. I watch a few comedians that make jokes about everything they go on. So, yeah, I want a Pat Tillman figure. I want a Pat Tillman G.I. Joe figure right now. Right now, someone is sending this to Bobby Valla, and he's probably in the midst of probably trying to do it. All right, Hyperdelic, what's up? Nice to see you here. All right. NECA. Now, I was never a Murder, She Wrote fan, per se. I obviously know who Murder, She Wrote is. And anytime NECA does something like this, I think it's pretty cool because they're going to give you really cool accessories. Hella Dope Toys, I caught them a little bit last night, and they were talking about this. No one else promoted this. And Ed, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they promote it and sold like a shitload of them or pre-ordered like a bunch of them? Nobody knew they needed an Angela Lansbury till NECA dropped this. And that's when they were like, hey, we need an Angela Lansbury. Do you want to say hi? Hold on. All right, hold on. One second. Here we go. Come on, come here. Say hi. Come on. Say hi right there. Oh, I know. Look, everyone's going to say Roman now. All right, I know. Do you want to go outside? All right. Go ask one of the kids. Go see Olivia. Go see Andrew. All right. See, they all hear you. But they hear you. Here, you want your back scratched? Here. All right. Look, someone's coming to get you. Look. All right. If you're new to the channel, that is Roman, our mascot, my dog, who will always have to interrupt me almost every single time during one stream or not. One stream or another. Oh, and there is the creamery. I'm sorry. There is the voice of the creamery. That is my daughter. So.
Hola.
Say it right now. Say, welcome to the creamery.
Welcome to the creamery.
What are you doing?
I don't know. You kept me for longer than a couple seconds.
Go. Be gone. And Lone Dragon here. Member for 1 month.
Go outside. You want to go outside?
Amos Tupper of Father Dowling figure next. I don't know who that is. All right. Let's see here. I promoted on the Clubhouse, and not as much, but definitely mentioned I'm putting her with Scooby-Doo Gang. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. So, the first time Roman got my dogs riled up. Oh, I love it. I love when people message me and go, oh my God, every time my dog hears Roman, he goes absolutely nuts. You love when dogs almost talk. I do not. People have said I look like them. I wonder if the carpet matches the drapes with Mrs. Lansbury. Well, Gun Bunny, you are a customizer. You can make it happen if it doesn't, right? All right. Wraith Mace, member for 6 months. Great to see you here. This guy right here has donated more memberships than anyone. I had never thought people would donate memberships, but thank you so much. And you need stickers. I know I have your address somewhere too. But send it to me so I can send you some stickers. All right. So anyway, let's look at this Angela Lansbury, this Murder, She Wrote, with her shocked face. Now, again, I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Murder, She Wrote. I've probably seen every beginning and ending of one because something must have played right before, right after it, when she's typing. So, but don't they say something about as she comes clothed? So, Gun Bunny, you might be in luck that you can strip her down and find out what your question was. Oops. Snow Wolf says ASU bookstore has some Tillman Run T-shirts. I hope all proceeds go back to him, his family, or whatever charity that they wanted to. But she does have soft goods. So now it makes me wonder. Like, now it definitely makes you wonder. Did Angela Lansbury have such a big head? I mean, and I don't mean big head like Travis Moody big head. I mean like big head as in physical big head, because this figure has a big head. But again, you have to love all these accessories that NECA gives you. I think they really do give the best accessories. The Corpse Danced at Midnight. I have no idea if that is a real book. I would assume it probably is. And I'm looking at this right here, and all I can think of is when Ash's dead girlfriend dances in Evil Dead. So here's everything that she does come with. She comes with her purse, a typewriter, a book, a flashlight, a scared head. It looks like they just have glasses on a head sculpt, which I'm fine. And it looks like you can change out her shirt. That worries me. Damn, that looks like Ellen, but older. Don't pull a Moody. Hey, remember, if you're not first, you're Moody. So anyway, Jay Solo Art says, after CBS Sunday Football, Pat Summerall used to introduce murders. I didn't watch football. Remember, I was a skateboarder, and I totally missed like watching football. And it's something I don't regret, really. I don't regret things, but it is something I wish I would have done more, because you realize how awesome football and, hockey and stuff like that really is. So, Lone Dragon says, Punk with Toys, Amos Tupper was the sheriff of Combat Cove, and Father Dowling was a different mystery show. Both were Tom Bosley. I don't remember either one of those shows. Is it a Canadian thing? Maybe it's a Canadian thing. All right. A little Delta 17. This was from the show. I knew about this. They showed this to me after our stream that I did with Steve and Ken. It wasn't painted at the time. And I remember telling Tony that if he's going to be doing 6-inch Delta 17s, he needs to get that Marvel Legend, is it Bone Crusher or whatever the guy that was like a half tank. I forget. I'm like, you need to grab that. I'm just telling you that right now. And so they had this painted up, a couple different colors. This thing is really cool. Really, really cool. It is not a human. So don't think it's like it's not. I don't believe it's cyborg. I think it's just a robot. A robot with two little miniguns as hands and tank treads. If you like 1/18 scale, if you like O-ring, this is cool. Hell, you could probably use this, even with your 1/12 scale. I mean, it's a little robot with treads. I mean, it doesn't really need to fit into an O-ring size, right? I don't watch stuff. I watch stuff. I just don't watch a lot of stuff. And Woody says 103 in the chat, 82 likes. Math, not mathing people. And I am with Woody. I don't know how smart Woody is. I'm not that smart, but I know that math isn't mathing. And Legend Series has joined. What's up, everyone? A little late. I know. Hope everyone's Monday is going well. I know mine is. I'm having a wonderful time. So, all right. So there is your Delta 17. This thing, again, we'll be talking about them a little bit more when we get to the topic, because Delta 17 knocked it out of the park. All right, Super 7. Oh, hey, look at this. Delta 17 just got here. Hey, what's that figure on the screen? Well, why don't you tell us what that thing is? Because that thing is one of the coolest little figures that I saw at JoeFest. So I am excited when this thing does come. I'm excited for everything you do. Even though I'm not a huge 1/18 scale collector right now, I still do collect it. I feel like I have to continue to reiterate that. I think I'm more aggravated that I have to go down and redo my 1/18 room because I've pulled so much shit out to do reviews and stuff that it is such a mess. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, man. Thank you for what you're giving everyone. So, but yep, that is your design. All right, on to Super 7. You guys know my feelings on Super 7. I have made it abundantly clear. I don't shy away from things that I've said. I don't hide behind things I said, and I'm not a fan of this company per se. But this is the type of stuff when you say, hey, this is a 5 POA reaction figure. It's going to cost $20. This is the type of one I say, I understand the price point, because how many people are going to buy this? Not that many. Same with the punk stuff. When it comes to G.I. Joe, that's completely different. That price should come down because you're making more. So anyway, this was the thrilling. This was what TNC Surf, I believe. And they had to surf and they had skateboarding. Of course, it doesn't come with a surfboard. Why would is that a surfboard? Or is it just in it? I'm not sure if there's a surfboard right there. Or if it's a design. It should come with a surfboard. I know they don't like to give skateboards. Okay, so there's a surfboard. But this guy's actually pretty damn cool. I can definitely see myself, if I see one of these, picking this up. Yeah, Matthew says, I love TNC. You could do long board slides on the guardrail. That's what I remember. But this is awesome. This is, again, this here, in my opinion, when I look at a reaction figure that's $20, I can justify the $20 for this. And it makes sense. I can justify the skateboarding Pal Peralta figures for $20. I can't justify it without a fucking skateboard, though. All right? Why you produce skateboard figures without skateboards? All you need is one skateboard just to give to them to stand on, right? That's why I didn't think this thing had a surfboard. But this is pretty cool. So if you like TNC, if you're like into this, I would assume peeing in the sea, you've gotta. I mean, come on. You are a huge video game guy. So you gotta be getting this. Yeah, Gun Bunny Customs. I used to love this Nintendo game. Yeah, it was an endless, mindless game, just like Spy Hunter, right? But so much fun. But yeah. Yeah, look at that. It's Wraith Maze. I remember TNC for NES game. This was just fun. See, look at that. Over there, you peeing in the sea. Ah, yes. Because I see you showed us your room. So, but I had to throw this in here. I already had to throw some Super 7 in there. So let's get to what really people care about with Super 7. And that is what they are calling the Reaction Plus. Now, these are just the O-rings. Again, I don't know why they just call them the O-rings. Maybe because they're... I mean, I know a lot of people are wondering if they will do other figures in O-ring. More than likely, they'll probably do Transformers, which won't make any sense. But that's right down their line. So we finally got to see these at JoeFest. Now I have all these pre-ordered from BBTS. They are only $20. And I did hear an interview with Brian Flynn, and he said that they're not going to redo figures that have already been made. It's going to be figures that you've never seen. And he doesn't mean by like, hey, we're going to give you a bat. Or, we're not going to give you a bat because you have a bat. But they're going to give you a bat in the cartoon style. And I'm actually fine with that. As long as the quality is better than what their other figures are. Aaron E. Nichols, what's up, y'all? I don't believe I've ever seen you here, so thank you and welcome for joining. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see any colors. We did get to see the card backs. They look like the original O-rings. I am super excited for this. I would assume. Do you think the prices are crazy on the O-ring? Because, I mean, reaction, I think, is crazy. $20 for the O-ring. Yeah, I'd like it to be cheaper, but I can justify $20 for the O-ring. So, but you're going to get all these. Hopefully, I hope you're listening. They better have the same pegs as the other O-rings. They better use the same foot pegs. And it'd be nice if all these attachments do fit in the original bat. Alex asks, evening chat. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you are too. And I feel like it seems like there's a couple new people because I don't think I've ever seen you. And this old junk, I'm building some styrene stuff this evening later on. Is this someone just changed their name? All right. So there's the bat. We get the Cobra Commander in his Sunbow outfit, along with Sunbow weapons. I don't have a problem with this because, yeah, we've had so many different Cobra Commanders, but this is obviously something a little bit different. All right, Turk. That's who I thought it was. And sup, Larry? This makes me think that this is now John. You guys need to have two different YouTubes. You need to have like Sarge and Reds and Reds and Sarge. Then I can tell the difference between you two. But I think Cobra Commander looks pretty damn good. Everyone wants a blonde cover girl, and you're going to get it. Me, that's not really my thing. I'm fine. I'm not fine with how CoverGirl looked and her big giant head. The one that came with the Wolverine was awful. But yes, I'm excited for these just because they are something new, something different. And quickly, we have to do it.
Welcome to the Creamery.
Wraith Mace has gifted a Punk membership, and Richard Burns is the beneficiary of that. So thank you very much, Wraith Mace. You are seriously, I thank you so much. So you're gonna get your blonde cover girl. I won't lie, I can't see myself replacing my original cover girl, taking her out of the Wolverine, but this one I'm sure hopefully will look better. And then you get your Snake Eyes. Of course you get Snake Eyes, right? But he's gonna be in your Sunbow outfit. A different mold, which is good because I wish Hasbro would have done this. I think they would have done a little bit better than trying to just redo the exact same figures. Sarge says, I'm blowing out all of my old Super 7 reaction stock on Whatnot this week. So this Wednesday, be sure to tune in. It is Wednesday, right? You've been doing it on Thursday, I've seen. This Wednesday, be sure to tune in to Whatnot. If you follow me on Instagram, I will promote it whenever he does it. So look for that, and you might get a lot of good deals, guys. I can't even explain how much shit Sergeant Reds has. All right, I can't even begin to explain it. It is mind-boggling, and when the video finally gets done, damn it, when it's finally produced, you won't get to see the basement because he's like, hell no, no one's going down there. And oh my gosh, once again, here, let's do this.
Welcome to the creamery.
Tony's Fig has donated 1 punk membership. And why does it say Richard Marks? Oh, I'm sorry. Mark Richards got this one. So thank you very much, Tony. You're right. It is not shit. It's a clusterfuck. I you know, when I was at the store the other day, and I was talking to D, I'm like, you need to get one of those ropes at the door, like the like divers use, so they can pull themselves back in case you ever get lost. Yes, reading is hard. Yes, we know that. All right. So anyway, here's the artwork for all the figures. Again, I think this looks good. This is me giving Super 7 a compliment. I do think that these are going to do fairly well as long as they are made properly. So hopefully that is exactly what we're going to get. But this was, in my opinion, the star of the O-rings, and that is the Crimson Twins in suits with the mirrored packaging. Now, this is what everyone actually wanted when the classified figures came out, and I think that the Joe team missed they missed a huge opportunity. First off, the classified figures never should have been separate. You're never going to buy one without another one. You know, but you know, someone's grandma came in there and Target and they saw Tomax and was like, oh, I like this. I'll buy it for little Johnny. And then little Johnny gets Tomax, not knowing that he has a twin brother, Zaymot, because they don't have file cards. And then there's some collector going, for the love of God, there's only Zaymot here. I need Tomax too. But the mirrored package, and then if you look at the artwork, that is similar to what they look like on the original art. But the fact that they're going to give us different figures and in suits. Now, the waist looks kind of weird here. A few people have kind of pointed that out, and I think that's because it's supposed to be a suit. And you're not going to be able to get, like if you look at G.I. Joe's, they have that waist, and it is completely different. So it looks like they're trying to do something a little different that maybe no one else has done. But I got to say, like, this is a huge opportunity for them. If these figures are nice, and if people really are correct that the O-rings are making a comeback, I'm still not so sure about it. I think it's a lot of the same people buying the O-rings, and I'm one of them. This could be great. And I could see Hasbro being like, oh, we need to start making these again, considering they did the Ghostbusters. So, all right, Ramen Toys. I say Ramen Toys, I'm assuming Ace is just going to magically pop in. So we got to see the tank up front, up close. And I'm just going to say this thing is very, very impressive. Just very impressive. Now, it's coming as a tank. Now, Ace talked about this, and he said it is not an Abram A1 tank. He made it different enough. He also made it clear that it comes as a tank. If you want it to be a bridge layer, that it's going to be a separate assembly or a separate accessory. And if you want it to be a not Wolverine, it is a separate accessory that you have to buy. So if you wanted all three of them, unfortunately, you got to buy 3 of the tanks and then buy each accessory separately. Shark Eyes, member for 11 months. Did Lenny wear his Avro tee for you on your Thursday with a friend chat? Well, you're just going to have to tune in to watch. You're just going to tune in to see. I can't let things out. But this is nice. And I know Greg, guy that drops off stuff to review, I messaged him and I said that the desert tank, it looks nice. And for 180 shipped, and he ordered it. So if for some odd reason Ace doesn't want to send me a promotion to do a review before everyone else, I'm still going to have it. And I will still review it. And if it's anything like what we had with the Ramen Racer, it's going to be pretty damn awesome. Gun Bunny Customs here says, I definitely need those tanks. I love to paint a few of those up. You are nuts. I just want to say that. I will get a message from Tony going, dude, Gun Bunny has completely, he just bought his tank and he took the whole thing apart and showed everyone. That is next level. All right. And I'm not a customizer, but I have so much respect for what you guys do. That take his tank apart and then you watch some of the video and you're like, damn. So anyway, so the bridge layer will come with 2 figures. One has a hard hat and a sledgehammer. And I think this is kind of where you're kind of pushing the line, all right? He has a hard hat. He has a hammer, a sledgehammer. You are really, you're towing the line, just in my opinion. But hey, he can do what he wants. This bridge is fucking huge. All right. I did not see it on it. The next day, I know people had it open up, and they had it on it. This thing is gigantic. Now, I hope it actually holds, and I would assume that it would, so you can put the tank on, actually making it go across the bridge. So, now what the price is going to be, I don't know. I'm guessing around $200, considering the other one was $180 shipped if you ordered it now, but it's not coming out till around Christmas of 2025 if all goes right. Here is the Wolverine missiles. Unfortunately, it broke while in the suitcase. Had nothing, I think, in the suitcase, or when they grabbed it wrong or something. It has nothing to do with the design. And he kind of showed us where it was. But unlike the original Wolverine, this not Wolverine, the missiles move independently. Well, the missile racks. So both missile racks, they can shoot either way. He did discuss, quickly I want to show. So he did say that the canopy, I can't think of it, whatever covers them, they're redoing that so they actually can lift up, because you really can't access certain things to get them out in certain ways. No, I do not have a BBTS code. BBTS does not give out. BBTS doesn't do anything like that, other than maybe for like Robo. I know they sponsor like Robo Don't Know and some other really big channels, but I don't think they give a code out. Entertainment Earth pretty much gives a code out to anyone. But I will say this. Yeah, so I have an Amazon affiliate. There is no code for that, but you buy stuff from Amazon. Entertainment Earth, you get 10% off anything in stock. Hella Dope Toys, they give you 10% off pre-orders, anything like that. So you can kind of pick which one you want to go with if that's where you want to go. All right. So there is this tank. Now, someone had pointed out that this is like as a Grand Theft Auto, I think. They have a tank like this. One of the video games. I think of this as more the that Cobra Sears exclusive. I gotta say, this thing is it looks very impressive. All right, it looked really, really good. I wasn't expecting it to look that good in person, but damn, it looked awesome. Even with the little laser guns on it, and the blast effects were awesome. So if this is something that you want, hey, there you go. Believe me, it looks damn good. And Capitan, yeah, I understand a lot of people aren't really happy with Entertainment Earth. Try Hella Dope Toys. Again, they may get their stuff a little bit later, but as soon as they get it, they ship it out. And you get 10% off, like I said, even if it's pre-orders. And that goes for their Mythic Legions too, just so you know. Anyone wondering? Here is the Ramen Razor, who, funny story about this is we were talking about this with Ace, myself, Baldy, Zen Baldy, and Ace. And Baldy asked what the name of it was, and he told me, he's like, did you have that? Like, you didn't have that on it. I'm like, dude, it was right in front of it. And Baldy pulls up his own picture that he took, and not blurred or nothing. Like, I mean, just right there. Ramen Razor. And he's like, oh, dude. He's like, it's just, like, he looked at his picture, you couldn't miss it. But this, again, I know a lot of people look at this and they think of Mad Max. If you love the Dreadnoks, and even if we get a Thunder Machine, let's be honest, everyone's not fitting in a Thunder Machine. So this might be something that you want. And can you imagine this thing cruising down the road with the Thunder Machine? Come on. That would be actually pretty badass. Random diorama. I thought Larry was being dyslexic again, but no, it's actually called Razor. Yeah, no, it is the Ramen Razor. Aces of Aviation. These were shown off for quite some time. They originally tried to do it with Tom Cruise's likeness. That didn't happen because, well, Tom Cruise. These figures look really good too. I think everyone that saw this was pretty impressed by these figures. Again, once we get them in hand, we'll have a better idea. But for the most part, I mean, Ace is like banging on shit that he has, like showing you how sturdy it is and everything. So, and then we got the Night Ops Stealth going. That was the JoeFest exclusive. Toy Matrix, nice to see you jump in here. Yeah, and packaging looks incredible also. You're absolutely right. Again, there's so much, I had my concerns, and I feel like most of my concerns have been extinguished after seeing all this stuff. So here's the bread van. So obviously you look at this, we know this is the 18 van. He's doing an 18 version, and then he's doing a black version like this and a white version for customizers. So I'm sure Gun Bunny, you got to be getting at least one of these. This thing is $100. All right, and it is big. All right, I everyone there, Darren, 3-star draw. Did I say hi to you? Crow, I know Ed for sure. They can tell you how big this thing is. The armrest work. The way the doors open, he talked about how a lot of these vans, the side door will either open or the back will. This thing is awesome, and for $100, and so if you order from BBTS, it's $100. You're gonna spend $4 for shipping. I mean, that ain't fucking bad. So it's gonna take up a lot of space. I will say this, but he is doing the 18 van for $125, so it'd be complete 18 van. The doors are different because the mirrors are different on the 18 van. And he was showing them off in our panel with Mega J. And all the other stuff can be swapped out. So like with the 18 spoiler that's on the top of it, that's magnetized. So you don't have to worry about it like latching in or anything. He uses a lot of magnets, which I've been saying since I started dealing with the Plunderlings. Like that's what people need to be doing for like hats and stuff, is doing that type of stuff because it works out. It's so awesome. And they're usually pretty strong magnets. So the bread van is something that if you're interested in, you're going to want it. Here's some of the other accessories that, that you can get with it. So, and here I was just kind of showing, you can look and you can see how the armrests are all moved. They go up and down 90 degrees. Because I wasn't sure because they were in different positions and he saw me kind of messing with it and he's like, oh, yeah, they move, and he moved them up and down, and they're a little stiff to move, but hey, that's it, man. All right, so that's the end of that slide. What I'm going to do right now is I've mentioned it a few times. If you are a toy collector and you like to support someone who is in this community, both Aaron and Ted are wonderful people. I'm going to take a short little 2.5 minute break, and you're going to listen to Moss Man.
Oh, hey guys. So Lawrence, he had to step away for a little bit. He's got a case of the grumble duff. So he asked me to kind of watch over a stream. He put me in charge of y'all. He said to me, "Oh, Moss Man, I have a case of the grumble dust, and I need you to watch myself for a little bit so nobody leaves and finds out that there's more interesting things to watch on YouTube. And also, I hate Ohio." So I was like, oh, dang, so now I have to come up with a topic for my very own show. And I was like, oh, what about talking about your favorite toy stores? So my favorite toy store is HelloDopeToys.com. So they used to have this really bad website. It used to look real scammy. Like if I gave them money, they were going to go spend it on like blow and hookers. But now their website is really nice. And like I can just go in and do like 1-2 click. And then my order's placed. And they ship super fast, guys. They ship everything in 1 business day. So like I get all my toys first. So when I'm out there on the playground and all my friends are like, oh, dang, Moss Man, where'd you get that action figure? I still have to wait 17 months for mine. And I'm just like, well, I went to HelloDopeToys.com and I just pushed the buttons and then they shipped it out to me. And the packaging is so nice, guys. Like, I opened up the box. I thought, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this kind of packaging. It's so nice. But then my trash can gets full because of all the packing stuff. And I was just like, oh, dang, I just changed the trash. But now I gotta change the trash again. Oh, you're right, Matthew Matson. You can use the code APWT at HelloDopeToys.com and save 10% on your order. So how that works is, so you're gonna save 10%, and then a Punk with Toys, he has to pay that 10% that y'all save. So if you don't like Lawrence, you can just go to HelloDopeToys.com and just buy a bunch of stuff and rack up his bill. So then like at the end of the month, they're like, Hello Dope Toys is like, oh, Lawrence, you owe us $1 million because of all the 10% codes that everybody used. And yeah, that's how that works. Okay, guys, so it looks like it's time for me to go now. So make sure you go to HelloDopeToys.com and like and subscribe. And then in the comments, put what your favorite toy store is. But if it's not HelloDopeToys.com, I'm probably just going to delete it, okay? So, all right, guys, bye!
All right. That's a message from Moss Man. And if you don't like Moss Man, you have a problem with yourself. Tony, that is specifically for you. Tony's face does not like Moss Man. Oh no. Come on. You guys all do the oh no every time someone says it. Or if you say it, you have to go back and recorrect yourself. Hey, I only have the oh no down, but thank you very much. Oh no. How do you not like Moss Man? You're like the only person that doesn't like Moss Man. I did not. I didn't do a grumble duff. I gotta say, at JoeFest, when we went out to eat, seeing that little thing, if you saw the pictures, there's one when we went out to eat that it was on the lids. And it said, oh, no, we don't have lids for the water cups. Yeah, I want that in my next one. I want Moss Man as a sucker in my next one. And we have War Chest full of toys here. War Chest doesn't like it either. So you and Tony, hey, it's okay. You're allowed to not like things that are awesome. Just gonna leave that here. All right. So here are a couple of the AWOC. Now, we saw these at PowerCon, and I know I've shown these off before. I am really looking forward to these. We saw some of these at PowerCon, right? Because I'm looking at them like, wait a minute, this is the next wave with the pinless joints and everything with the female bucks. But yeah, if you don't have an AWOC figure yet in your toy collector, I'm telling you, just order one. Go to Hella Dope Toys, use APWT, get 10% off, fast shipping. Hell, they will ship it. If you order it right now, Ted will ship it tomorrow. I can't promise that. But I'm assuming something will go ding and he will run and do it. These figures are just awesome. Again, you don't have to collect all of them. I don't. But I will say these are some of the best figures out there. Aaron the Toy Enhancer joining. Sorry I'm late. I've had a very, very, very busy day. Just glad my dog is back home and still alive. I'm glad to hear that too. Also glad to hear that Missy no longer hates me. That also makes me feel good. Thank you for not telling me that Missy hated me before I walked in your house. And Gaz has joined us. How are you doing, Gaz? So right now Aaron is laughing. And Ed says, and he is an employee with the worst salary ever. If it's in stock, Hella Dope will ship it next business day. So that means if you order it now on the stream, they'll ship it Tuesday. If you order it, if you wait too long, they won't ship it because the next business day will be Wednesday. All right. So here you go. I just took a couple shots of this. If you didn't order a RoboSkull, I don't blame you. It was expensive. Had I known G.I. Joe, had I known Hasbro was going to give us so many G.I. Joe vehicles, I would not have ordered this. Had I not ordered this, I would have regretted it at JoeFest. Because we saw these at PowerCon, I believe, right? They did have one or two at PowerCon. But, oh my God, these are just, they're beautiful. They're glorious. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I have no clue where this thing is going. Is it going to go in the 118th room with the Joes? Is it going to go with the 6-inch figures? I really have no fucking clue. At some point, it will fight the Dragonfly. I can tell you that. At some point, it will fight the Dragon. A matter of fact, at some point, it will fight both Dragonflies. My O-Ring one and my HasLab one. But, oh my God, this thing is just awesome. And this is a 6-inch figure, so you can kind of get an idea of how big this stupid thing is. Right? And if you don't know, the cockpit comes out so you can put a 6-inch figure in it, or you can replace the cockpit and have a back-to-back, like the Star Wars Snowspeeder, 2 4-inch or the 3.75 figures in it. So this thing is awesome. But this was their display along with Marauder. They kind of had a dual booth because they kind of work together. This is the special edition. This is the one that I had ordered because it is a one-time thing. And if I didn't like it, then I knew the special edition would be worth more than the one that you're able to order anytime. So it has these markups on it, but this thing was awesome. Here are a couple of the figures, or 3 of the figures. So there's a few figures. Which are I love this. I love the Wolf Trooper. That's the 6-inch one that I actually went and ordered. So here you can take a look at the 6-inch Skeletron, and then you get the 4-inch Skeletron, and then you can see I believe this is a grade 1. I don't think this is the color that he's going to come. So But yeah, these are awesome. And they are working on a whole line. They're not ending here. I spent a lot of time talking to Corey Cantaloupe. There's a lot more that's coming. Yes, I'm not going to pronounce the name because I get yelled at by Matthew every time I pronounce it. Gyro Wolf, I believe, right? I get yelled at because I say Grey Wolf or Grey Viper. And here's the pilot. Again, awesome. Red Weasel is clearly supposed to be a wild weasel. Homage. They're the head sculpts for the figures. That's Bob Reekin. This is one of the other creators of the new Skeletron. So they're Robo Skull, whatever. I can't never get the names right. But yeah. All right. So that was a little bit from PowerCon there. Or not PowerCon. JoeFest. Hiya Toys decided, hey, let's take another one of Lenny's designs and drop it. And let me just tell you, God, the shit that I fucking learned. When myself and others tell you that Hasbro is a corporation, I mean it in every sense of the word. Those guys don't know what the corporate side is doing. They don't know anything about the franchising and selling off, not selling off, but licensing product. They don't know what's going on. They find out all at once, and it's amazing. Anyway, so here is Dusty and the Hiya 4-inch buck, or actually about 4.1 inches. Again, they seem to have an issue getting regular face sculpts good. So I'm not a big fan of the face sculpt. I haven't had any of these figures in hand. I hear they're kind of brittle, but a lot of people really seem to like them. Yeah, it's not as cool as the one that you got with Bob Reekin actually behind it. So Tony actually got a picture. I'm going to go back here. So Tony gets a picture of this. All right. At JoeFest, and Bob. Oh, actually, look, Bob Reekin is behind there, Tony. So Bob Reekin is right here, but Tony gets a fucking picture with Bob Reekin making this silly little face through the glass, like he knew exactly. He was total photobombing it. It was absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, but on to this. All right, so if you have been collecting these Hiya and you're getting them from overseas, I know there's some people, Small Joe's, you can pre-order them through Small Joe's. I know that. Hey, if you want to get them, go ahead, grab them. Again, they seem pretty damn cool, but, you know, they're hard to get. They're already expensive to begin with, but they're hard to get, and you're paying a much higher premium. But these are just classified designs. Like, put that in the or just message me that. Send it to. And you guys are both texting it to me. I can't put my text on here. But okay, so if you like the classified figures and you want them in 4-inch, this is where you're going to get them. Again, I think the face sculpt is still bad, but everything else I think looks really good. I want to go in. Yeah, one of you send it to my Instagram and I'll pull it up. The picture with Bob Reekin from Tony. So, all right. Back to this, because you guys are like, why are you still doing this? All right, hold on. So here we go. I got to make sure no one can see anything inappropriate that we might be talking about people we don't like. When I share the screen. Hold on. So this is the picture that Tony got with Bob Reekin, and this is absolutely awesome. He totally photobombed this. So if you can see it here, there's Bob Breakin right over here. And he totally caught Tony taking a picture. And it was just such a cool picture. Like, he totally knew, like, people were like, you know, like someone was taking the picture. I ran into him in the hallway. He was absolutely awesome. He's like probably a little bit shorter than me. And he, I'm like, hey, can I take a quick picture? I was actually running back up to do a grumble duff in the hotel room before our panel. And it's such a generous, nice guy. And he's this little 85-year-old, I think, 85, shorter than me, and he's just chucking along the floor at JoeFest. Like, his son's behind him, who kind of, I think, drives him around and does everything with him. He's just chucking along with them. So, all right. But anyway, back to this. Again, this is Haya. This is everything that you're going to get. The weird stand. 4.1 inch, both goggles. Again, what they really do is they take the classified design, Lenny's design, and then they use this. Toy Reclaimer says, saw you guys at JoeFest, wasn't sure if you were approachable. Dude, you're joking, right? Like, man, I said it before. Like, I'm no better than you. You're no better than me. We're all. I'm just some asshole that has a fucking a toy tube show on Monday nights, and I do lots of reviews, man. I'm always approachable. So you ever see me, you ever see Tony fuck up to you. Fucking, he ain't nobody anyway. Doesn't even have 1,000 subs. What a fucking loser. No, seriously, so many people came up, and I'll be talking about that. I really wish you would have, man. So in the future, and I mean this for anyone, any of the toy tubers out there, like if you see one that you enjoy their content, you just want to talk to them, just fucking go up to them. If one of them is an asshole, then you say, you know what? You're a fucking asshole. Fuck you. I'm going to let everyone know in your chat what a dick you were. But no one was like that. JoeFest was awesome. Hey, dude, I'm sorry. There was not, and we'll talk about this again. We're going to talk about this if we ever get to the topic. We didn't have a bad experience with one person there. Tony and I discussed this. Other than Daredevil Dave dying, that was unfortunate. And then he was brought back to life because of electrolytes. Yes, I got that too a lot, Punk. Anybody can approach us at the shows. Just tell us your name in the chat. Tell us your YouTube name. Don't say, hey, I'm Jonathan. I'm like, who the fuck is Jonathan? And then it goes 5 minutes and you're like, I'm Toy Reclaimer. And you go, oh, okay, well, should have started with that. Rich did. G.I. Bro sure did. I haven't seen G.I. Bro in a while. I think he jumps in at the beginning, then he goes to the gym, then he comes home, has a protein shake, and by the time the show's ending, he's back at the gym. All right, enough of looking at Dusty. Monster Force had not Monster Force. Fresh Monkey Fiction. The truth is, I really do believe them and Delta 17 were probably the stars of the show. Delta 17, Steve, you guys need to do some sort of panel next year because people loved your stuff. People love that you had stuff. So anyway, let's take a look at Monster Force. Roman, people loved you too. I brought you a little. I brought Roman there. People love the little Roman because I couldn't bring you. I think he's having little dreams right now. He's barking. Oh man, Toy Reclaimer says I never shipped these NFT action figures. All right. So these just came through. So these are already up for pre-order. I think these are ones that are coming really soon. If you look, there's about $300 or $400 worth of if you ordered one of each figure from Monster Force, I think it's about $400 that you're going to get hit with all at once. So be prepared, guys. Be prepared. I think it's hitting the water right now, so it should be 6 weeks if it hasn't already hit the water. I don't remember exactly what they said. It was either it just hit the water or it's hitting the water. So yeah, just be careful. If you've ordered all these, yeah. All right. But these just looked awesome. At least what they had up there, they were, God, so damn good. All right. So Fresh Monkey Fiction showed off Cops and Crooks. Now, I remember this logo. I don't remember anything about this. All right. First off, let me say this. He's not wearing booty shorts. Those are pants. That's not the color of his skin. But we all thought they were booty shorts. And someone else finally said it on a stream. And I was like, thank God someone else said it. Because that's what I was thinking. Yes, Mark Richards, it is on Tubi. That was brought up numerous times. I had no interest. I mean, it looks cool. It's just something that I'm really not interested in, that I really want to get into. With that said, who knows when one comes out that I might just be like, oh my gosh, I got to have this one. But yeah, it is on Tubi. Again, I remember the logo. I don't remember anything about this. Yeah, like 3-star here. I can't wait for Cops and Crooks. But this was the only figure that they showed off. Then we get these 2 new Monster Force. Now they're starting to show the next season. And this is because Roman's excited. You hear that? Roman's excited for new Monster Force figures that we don't have in hand. Mr. Legacy and Ambassador of Relaya. So, these look really good. Now, kind of late on accessories. I would say the Historian, these books are going to be awesome. Again, great accessories, something you never got. I'm telling you, when you think of Monster Force, there's if anyone is watching from their camp that wants to run back with some ideas, I'm going to give you a couple ideas. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, and Angelus, right? You got to have both because he goes bad. And for the love of God, we need Ash from the Evil Dead. There is no one that can fight monsters and zombies worse / better than that guy. And as much as awesome as they're doing stuff, dude, could you imagine a Bruce Campbell figure? But anyway, Legacy looks awesome. And clearly you can see they are going to beat this hooded, masked figure to death. So if you want to make a custom Cobra Commander, here's another option for you. They already have the red one that's going to come out with the other line. Now you can have a different outfit. And if you want to paint it, you can paint it. So Aaron says, so many great toy lines at the show. This makes you want to take out a second mortgage. Oh, yeah. Well, I love Spike for many reasons. No, Spike and Buffy should have never been together. I hate that part of it. You know what is so great about Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Spike? Is the guy's not English. He's from fucking Texas. It's about time that we take one of their jobs. Because we have like these foreign actors come over with accents that are Batman and Spider-Man. It's great that we were able to take one of theirs and do an accent. Fighting Codenames, is Delta 17 going 1/12 down the road. The characters are so cool. I cannot speak for Steve, although he is in here. I know as of now they have no plans for it. And I think it's very hard to have to be a smaller company and dedicated to two different lines. All right. Soldiers of Fortune, very basic figures, but these look awesome. These things, again, if the figures are even close to, I don't know why they wouldn't be. They're all made by the same company, Fresh Monkey Fiction. If they're anything like the two that I got, the two Monster Force figures, these are going to be really good. The overlays seem to be very nice and pliable. And again, you have multiple colors of people. You have an eye patch, different suits, a lot of mixing and matching. So, and there's more to these Soldiers of Fortune too. They showed off more. They have these ones here. There's also a blue Cobra Commander that if you go to their Instagram, their Facebook page, Fresh Monkey Fiction, you'll find it. So here's a couple more soldiers if you need soldiers. And it was brought up that by Robo, I heard him say something about how, if you notice, I don't know if this is an accident, you have the Deadpool colors and the Wolverine colors. So, just quickly looking here. The real grievance says Delta 17, get busy making 6-inch so you can take my money. I'll tell you what, Steve, the way this guy buys toys, you might be able to make your money back with one run, because he is fucking nuts when it comes to buying shit. All right, so here's the Cops and Crooks unpainted. This was put in their display before before they painted it. It was after their panel. So this was put in on Sunday. I can't find the digital render, but this is Mark from Gridiron. So Commander Gridiron. As you know, Gridiron is making weapons for them. They decided to turn Gridiron into their actual weapons manufacturer, which I think is actually really cool, because they are a toy weapons manufacturer for us toys. So just to turn Mark into an actual character called Captain Gridiron, who's supplying all the weapons, I think is absolutely awesome. Tony is upset that he didn't get to paint Mark's face because he was supposed to. And he says, I could do a better job. I don't know if he said it in those words, but something to that effect. Right, Tony? Here we have General Brown and the new figure that they showed, like I said, all day, right? Johnny Reno, can't wait to get my Captain Gridiron figure and have him beat up. Not saying it. I need to proofread some of the stuff before I actually go to read it. And Pop Blender says, grievance, nobody just wants the tip.
That's what she said.
All right. So here is, oh God, what was the name of this thing again? I can't think of the name of it. So this is the $85 Big Wolf that they dropped the pre-order during their panel. And it was specifically done like that. I was actually talking to the girl from BBTS while I was there. I should talk to her more about my channel. I should have really used that to wedge who I am. So, do you know who I am? And they'd be like, no. And I'd be like, that's surprising. But they dropped the pre-order during it. She's like, yeah, it was pretty funny. I was watching him get on his phone and boom. Hey, Bees Battleground jumps in here. Veteran Williams. Kilowog, Veteran Williams. Toy Matrix says Lieutenant Williams. This is a big beefy boy, and it looks, again, dude, everything they showed was awesome. They did have some Joy Toy Warhammer stuff out here. That's for you, Wraith Mace. God of War. I don't think there's anything new. I think they were just kind of showing off so people know what BBTS is. Because, BBTS, I mean, the whole reason why this Monster Force and Fresh Monkey Fiction is doing what they're doing is because of BBTS. Rather than doing Kickstarters, they are upfronting the money. That is why you're not going to see this stuff anywhere else. And it's going to do absolutely wonderful for them. All right. So here's the Sleepwalker packaging. They said they went to change the packaging a little bit. They're getting rid of the hooks on the box because there's no reason to have it because they're not going to be sold in stores. So if you keep your boxes and you have to stack stuff up, you don't have to worry about the stupid thing. And Legend Series says that Yellow Soldier could double as a Hydra agent also. Yeah, you're right. I think that these things can fit in a lot of different lines, man. They're doing such an amazing job with this stuff. And you can see they give you a little bit of the comic, so you're going to have a little bit of a backstory, which might be kind of cooler than a file card. It's also going to make you not want to get rid of the packaging if you're one of those people that wants to throw it away. I had that twice. And again, I think this is BBTS just showing stuff off. All right. Mezco Snake Eyes. So this is in stock and will ship right after San Diego Comic-Con. If anyone knows about Mezco, that usually means they say that it'll ship, and then they wait 5 weeks, and then they ship it. But this is something that is in stock. It is Commando Snake Eyes. I really wish they would not have gone Snake Eyes already. They just gave us one, although I'm not happy with that Snake Eyes. It is my least favorite of the Mezco figures. This one is for San Diego Comic-Con, and they might have some available there. It is already sold out, so you can get on the wait list. This does look really good. And now this kind of reminds me of the figure that everyone thought was going to be Snake Eyes, their own Rumble Society figure. So I'm wondering if it's on that buck, if it's on a smaller buck, because I don't know why I was so rough with saying buck. But yeah. So if you didn't get this, you're probably not going to get this for cost. Unless you go to San Diego Comic-Con. And then if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, you're already spending a lot of money to get there. But there's no ninja swords on this one. I would assume the head is universal. So I think if you're one of those people, I don't know if I could do it now with a figure this expensive, you want to swap things around, you could make probably a pretty damn good Ninja Snake Eyes or version 2 or Commando Snake Eyes if you want to, upgrade them. So, but this thing was actually really cool. And what also is really cool is Mezco now is starting to get pretty deep with their figures. G.I. Joe. So now they don't have to throw in the classified in all of their promotional art. So you got, both. And I think Roadblock and Destro are my two favorite ones. They seem to be the best. And then he's still a ninja. Whether people want to admit he's a commando ninja, right? He clearly has those ninja skills. And Gas says Commando Snake Eyes is the coolest version. I mean, I disagree, but we're all allowed to have our opinion, right? There's some people that think Moss Man is not cool. Tony's Figs. Moss Man is awesome. Yeah, it is way too expensive. I tend to agree with you, But when you think about that, this is the MezCon and the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There's probably even a shorter or a smaller amount done. So it's probably going to be worth more. But I'm with you. I mean, $112. That's how much the one was that came with fucking Timber. So, and here he is beating Firefly. And a lot of these weapons and stuff we've already gotten. So, but if you were able to get it, I did break down and I ordered it. Hey, War Chest. Man, I saw you on Pop Blender stuff. It's hard to say, what's expensive because, I mean, it's to each their own. I mean, I do think that it's a little pricey. I mean, all mezco are. But if this is going to be one of those ones that jumps up into $200 because there's such a limited run on them, then, is it too expensive? Because you've already, you're already sitting on something that's worth more. And if you decide to get rid of it, you're probably going to get your money's back, even plus some. You ain't going to get it on Destro, I'll tell you that much. But then again, I don't know why you'd want to get rid of that Destro. So here's everything that he comes with. The wonderful stands, which I have been using in my reviews. I love those things. Quickly say hi to Azazo's Clubhouse, who I know was on earlier with Gaz live. So be sure to check out Zazo's Clubhouse if you get a chance. He comes with a lot of weapons. And the mezco weapons look really nice. I have not messed around putting mezco weapons on other 12 or 6-inch figures. I don't know if Ed or Matthew, if you guys have. I have a hard time breaking this stuff apart because I don't really want to lose anything. I kind of keep them in that mezco baggie. But it makes me want to order some of their weapons. But I got so many fucking weapons. I don't even know what to do with it anymore. I got so many weapons. I don't even know what to do with them. Here's the blast effects, which are really good. We have a couple of these, but like the 3 you can see here. The 3 here, I love that blast effect. Hasbro has one. It doesn't look nearly as good as that. Plastic Syndicate joining up. Sup, dude? I had some guys over to work on my shower, and I think one of them stole my Techno Viper. Oof. Well, look first, because I thought some of my son's friends stole my rock and roll, my O-ring rock and roll. Turned out I was wrong. It turned out I was wrong. Legend Series says, I have such a love-hate relationship with Mezco. I love their figures, but they boned one too many times. Yes, I think you actually told me. I know you've talked about it on your show. If you haven't checked out Legend Series, you need to. He has one of the best voices. Really good presence when he's interviewing someone. Almost as good as me. Better voice than me. I know you talked about that before. And that you had an issue with your Conan. So, all right. So we're back. Here's the last slides. And then we get into the topic. Once a Man Cobra Commander, which was announced on a Toy Kind of Mood when they did their interview. That was one of the name-only reveals. Nobody thought that it was going to be this. Everyone was convinced that Raptor was supposed to be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Or if it wasn't going to be Raptor, it was going to be, I don't know. I can't think of the Joe with the jetpack. I can't think of who that is. So if you know who that is, the fact that it turns out to be this guy is shocking. Now, they're clearly going in with the Cobra Law line, and if you don't know by now, it is like the worst kept hidden secret that the Classified and the Energon Universe comic book are working together. So, you're going to be probably getting more. If they go down the road with a Cobra Law, we're going to get probably new characters. I think and I say we, because I don't really want it. You're probably going to finally get a Pythona, as you know. I don't want a Pythona. I didn't want this. I don't want a Globalus. But it's going to look amazing. And I got to say, this Cobra Commander looks fucking awesome. And we've already heard people from the Mythic Legion side say, this is awesome, I want it. People from AWOC, they want stuff like this because they can fit this in. It is an amazing looking figure, what they're showing off. And obviously, this is a production figure, or at least a test sample, considering they're already in the shots. I have a feeling that you're going to order this and it's going to be showing up really soon because they've done that before. But they did a great job giving the masks, giving the head. So, but awesome shots by Shooting the Galaxy, who does just amazing stuff. Gun Bunny Custom says, I hope they do the whole Cobra La line complete with updated Joes. Oh, they're going to. I just don't want them to because Cobra La is dumb. Cobra La is like good from Spaceballs. Dumb. So what's this shit? Did we win the game? It is back on an O-ring figure from the 80s. That's what that is. All right. So he's going to come with the same pistol that we got with the retro card and with the HasLab. He kind of has his ripped up shirt, so he's only going to have the scale look. And again, it looks amazing. This here, I like this type of attention to detail. This is when he takes the mask off, and like the fact that they're throwing this in so people can do photo shoots with this is awesome. Then he comes with, okay, first off, a snake. A big King Cobra would be scary enough, but then you give one tiny little T-Rex arms, and man, you are fuck. Yeah, Larry just wants 7 versions of Shipwreck. That's right. Think we'll get a Cobra La 2-pack with Rail Guard backhanding Snake Eyes. Don't give him any more ideas to do another Snake Eyes. Please don't. I don't need another Snake Eyes right now. All right. But this thing is pretty cool. It can wrap around Roadblock, which if you remember from the movie, that's what he did. And I bet Lenny has been waiting since they made this figure, this Roadblock, to be like, I can't wait to do the Cobra line, do that. Tatsi says there should be enough after SDCC. Just don't sleep on it. Nope. No, actually, everyone sleep on it until I get mine, and then you guys can do what you want. But if you look, the paint apps at the bottom of the feet, there's obviously something there. It's a new body sculpt. I don't know what else they can use that for, unless if they have a Cobra La, like a regular Cobra La character that they're going to use this buck for again, like this upper body. The head sculpt looks amazing. The back looks awesome. Again, I said this about every figure that I don't want, which I don't want Cobra La. I don't need a bunch of Sergeant Slaughters. There's a lot of figures I don't want, but every single figure it seems they make, they just knock it out of the park. They look amazing. So here's everything that he comes with, the pointing finger. So you'll be able to use some of this stuff with your current Cobra Commanders. So if you don't have these fingers, the pointing finger, this hand one here, this is him holding the globe from the original one. But the the snake with the T-Rex arms. Yeah. There's a packaging for it, which does look amazing. And if you look closely, they like giving little Easter eggs. And there's your Easter egg. Globulus is right there. So this does make me wonder that if they're going to throw a curveball and maybe the Hasbro Pulse is going to be Globulus with this thing, because if you look at the past 2 years, the first year was Serpentor and Mindbender. They go together. Last year, it was Chuckles and the Crimson Strike team, and there's a story between them. So the question is, what figure is going to come for the Hasbro PulseCon that's going to complement this figure? It just feels like it's going to be Globulus, because it really doesn't make sense not to have him. But it could be Pythona. I mean, it could be a multitude of them. But you already have Nemesis Immortal right back here. You have Roadblock. They do have Flint here. Or is it Falcon? Falcon. So, and we know Falcon's getting a separate head sculpt. All right. And that's it. That is all the news for the week. 2.5 hours. You guys have made it. Now we can actually get to the topic, but I want to see what you guys are kind of saying here. War Chest Full of Toys says, I really dig that fig. I'll be putting that vac metal head on for sure. Yeah, I wonder if they vac metal. It doesn't look like it. So, Plastic Syndicate says, think we will ever get a classified USS flag? My guess is no. Maybe a classified Defiant. How about that? Starduster is the PulseCon item. Yes. So, but we all thought that Raptor was going to be, and I know you live in the janitor's closet at Hasbro, so you know things that we don't. But it makes me wonder if they're throwing a curveball, that they wanted people to think that, because this was not something that I heard anybody say. I mean, they told us they were giving it. I think everyone just thought it was coming on a retro card or in a regular classified box. Yes, and that's why I'm thinking it would match what we got with Serpentor, right? And then you're kind of rounding out, that whole Cobra La bullshit. I mean, great story. That's what I meant. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. David Bruce says, Cobra La represents the end of Joe for me as a kid, but they didn't make the Coco back then, so this is really cool now. And again, I think it is really cool. And this is why I say, when people say they have a problem with Emily or whatever, being the marketing, she doesn't make decisions on designs. And she's not even she's been promoted. As much as so many of you hate her and think she does a shitty job, Hasbro thinks she does a pretty good job, and they promoted her. I don't know if that's a good endorsement, because Hasbro made some pretty bad decisions. But you don't want me in charge, because I would never do Cobra La, because I think it's stupid. But people want it. That's why, I love Dodges. I love Chryslers. You don't want me running them, because I'd have all fucking muscle cars and big trucks. And one minivan, because I know it sells. So, John Battle says, I bought Cody Rose only for the chair tonight. Well, you should have just went. I don't know what chair Cody Rose comes with. You should have just bought the kind of hella dope toys and bought that super action stuff, I think is what it is. You get all kinds of stuff. So, all right, we're going to get into the topic, but before we do, I want to take a quick little break and take a breather. So I'm going to leave you with another commercial from Hella Dope Toys, where if you use APTWT, You get 10% off everything, and it ships the next day.
Oh, hey guys, what's going on?
Mossman, what are you doing back here?
Oh, you see, so Skeletor, he had to go to the grocery store. He had to go buy more barbecue Pringle chips. And so he's put me in charge here for a little bit. In charge of y'all. He said, man, Mossman, I have to go to the grocery store, so I need to put you in charge of Snake Mountain.
Yes, that's Skeletor. That's Skeletor, right?
Skeletor said since I was in charge, I could use the credit card and maybe go online and buy some action figures for myself.
Oh, some action figures sound kind of nice. Yes, maybe we can go to Big Ben.
Yeah, Beastman, we don't say that around here. We go to helldopetoys.com. They have the best prices in town, and they ship everything in one business day. One business day, Beastman. That means I buy it, and it comes to my house super fast, and they pack it all real nice. So when I go to do my YouTube reviews for my 5 subscribers, I'll be like, oh, look at this minty fresh packaged box that I got from helldopetoys.com. So what are we waiting for, y'all? Let's go get that credit card and head on over to hellodopetoys.com right now before they run out of all the good stuff.
Okay, so John Battle, you said it's an office chair. What if you have me on Instagram, send me what that is. I don't pay attention, but I have this 3D printed desk and I need an office chair. I need an office chair. So now I'm really interested in this Cody Rhodes. All right. So I want to talk about the things that I learned at JoeFest. Things that I saw, that I observed, and stuff that I learned. And there's a lot. And again, if anyone was there and they want to chime in, they're more than welcome to. That's why I did the Thursday with a friend and had everyone on that was there. But so I want to start off. You guys all know my feelings on Sergeant Slaughter. I'm not a fan of the character. I never have been. I said it before. He turned his back on Hulk Hogan in the USA. He was a turncoat, a traitor. And I know people say, hey, you know what? That's make believe. Well, so is fucking Hulk Hogan. But I loved Hulk Hogan at the time. All right. And I have heard so many people say that he's such a nice guy. I have heard people say they could not have picked a better ambassador for the G.I. Joe brand because he absolutely loves it. And thank you to Teflon, Rob, who came with Ed. From what I understand how the story went is Sergeant Slaughter and his handler or manager, whatever he was, they were walking and Rob said, hey, let me buy your drink, Sarge. And he stopped and sat at the table. Now, we weren't at the table at the time because if memory serves us correct, we saved the table because it was outside the restaurant. We ran in to order food, but then the bartender wouldn't let us leave because they were super busy, and he liked us because we weren't bothering him. I know Darren, 3-star draw, was next to me. And then we go out there, and we were there for a while. So we go out there, and Sarge is sitting there. From what I understand, Teflon had kind of like, hey, let me buy your drink. Someone said the most impressive thing about this was Teflon got he got a drink in like within minutes, and it was taking people forever to get drinks, right? Yes, Darren. Food took so long, but it was good. So, we get there, everyone's kind of around there, and nobody was trying to take his, like, occupy his time, like, solely. There was no one just trying to be a dick and just be the sole person. He sat down there for roughly 2 hours. He was there a long time. And now people are paying $117, and this is what his manager didn't like. He was sitting there for 2 fucking hours, telling stories, told the whole story about the Montreal screw job and everything that happened. But he was just shooting the shit, and people were asking different questions, and he was just telling stories, and they were buying him drinks, and his manager kept trying to get him. He actually kind of like swatted his manager away, like, fucking leave me alone. Like, I'm going to sit here. And I have to say this, all those people that said he's a super nice guy, they couldn't have picked a better ambassador. Every single one of those people are 100% correct. He was such a nice guy. He didn't care that on Sunday. I don't know if he had a breakfast on Saturday, but I know he had one on Sunday. He didn't care that other people had paid to come there. He wanted to sit there and just shoot the shit with a bunch of guys. Not with a bunch of guys that idolize him, or he just wanted to sit there as one of the guys, tell stories, and put people in the Cobra clutch, you know. And I asked him, I said, hey, and this was at the end, like this was right at the end. I think this is when his manager was finally able to get a hold of him. I asked him, I said, hey, I got a question for you. Everyone says that I look like you. Now, when I had the mustache only and I had the goatee shaved, and I went up next to him and I pushed out my chin. Right. And he acted like he was choking me. And then he let me choke him. So if you see like the picture with the big giant tricep, I think, I believe it was Ken. Someone named it that the tricep choke. And he put his hat on me and he like stuck his tongue. He was fucking amazing. Like, just listening to him do it. And then I did tell him, and I know Baldy heard me and a few other people. I kind of pat him on the back and I said, now I almost feel bad for having a beef with you. And he said, oh, I hate to hear what that is. And I said, you turned your back on Hulk Hogan and the USA. And he kind of laughed. But then this guy in a motorized wheelchair came, and he was an actual veteran. And the Sarge got up and to say hi to him and to salute him. And that's when his manager finally got a hold of him and was like, we need to go. And this was probably, what time was he there till? He was after midnight. So he was there for a while. Pop Lender says his manager stopped me from taking a pic. So I put my phone away, but it sucked. My seat was gone, and that big ass table. Glad you guys to hang out with him and be entertained too. He seemed great. Really, he wouldn't let you take a picture. See, I missed that because I think by the time that we got out of the bar, his manager had already realized I can't do shit. He's decided that he's going to sit with these people. I understand his manager has a job, but at the same time, this guy is paying your salary. If he wants to sit down at JoeFest with a bunch of Joe guys who just happen to buy him a drink, then you have to let him do it. So yeah. And I want to say hi to Cobweb Collector. I saw you pop in here, so just want to say hi. So they could not have picked a better ambassador. He was absolutely awesome. The community was amazing. There was not one asshole that we ran into at JoeFest. Now, maybe that's because the assholes that sit there and are internet tough guys don't want to show up somewhere. I don't know. But every single person that came up to us was absolutely awesome. We chatted with them from the designers to the makers, the people at the BBTS booth, every single person. Well, almost every single person. But all the people that, it is strange. I'm not a star at all. I do a YouTube show. We all could do a YouTube show. We all have the ability. Just some of us don't want to get put on there. So it is weird that so many people know who you are. So many people want to take your picture with you. I became a total show giving out my stickers. But by Sunday, I was a fucking pro at it. All right, I was a fucking pro at giving my stickers out. But I don't think. I think that obviously some people they I don't know, like they felt intimidated to come over. And please, if you ever see us anywhere, unless if I'm like with my, if you're sitting down to eat with your family or something, I mean, I've had people come up as Sergeant Reds and they recognized me, and at a few other places, PowerCon, but JoeFest, it was great. And the compliments when people would tell me, "Hey, I love how you do your reviews. I watch all your stuff. I just like how you are." It reinforced that what I'm doing is the right thing for my channel and for what I'm doing. But please, if you ever see any YouTuber, I don't give a fuck who it is. All right, I don't care if it's Pixel Dan, Dan Larson, Shartimus fucking Prime. If you want to go up, say hi to them, take a picture with them, you go up there and introduce yourself and do it. If they're fucking dickheads, then they're just assholes, and you can say, you know what? Fuck you, man. I don't want to have anything like, and fucking feel free. It's like people that don't tip. All right. If you're a pro athlete, if you're a movie star, people won't remember if you tip, but they sure the fuck will remember if you tip like shit or you don't tip. All right. Okay, Tony's Figs named it the tricep choke. I was not going to take credit for it. And I think it's an awesome fucking name. That was also my left arm, just so you guys know. Plastic Syndicate says, I got a friend who wouldn't talk to me for months because he was so jealous of me when I bought his tank for Christmas. Come on, dude. Like that's the type of stuff. Like, really, come on. Like, how can you be jealous over that shit, dude? God, man, wow. If that was true, I'd be like, I wouldn't talk to Aaron the toy enhancer because you should see the shit that he fucking buys. Okay, but the people were amazing. This community, yeah, there's a lot of people that sit behind the keyboard and they want to act tough. They don't go to shows, and I really wouldn't care if they did, because again, it's like a playground. You don't have to like everyone. I'm sure there were people that saw me that like, I've seen that guy and I think he's an asshole. And that's fine, because not everyone has to like each other. It's pretty damn simple. Okay. Let's address the Hooded Cobra Commander. So, which it was already brought up, and someone was watched the video earlier today. Thank you for still watching that video. It's like 2 years old, and everything is still relevant in that because nothing has changed. But let me just say, it was confirmed once again by multiple people that have worked at Hasbro or worked at Hasbro that the edict has been pushed down from above that they can't do Hooded Cobra Commander. Right? I know people, they don't want to hear it because Hasbro refuses to say it. And I've said it before. I've told Lenny before. They hang you guys out to dry by not letting you guys just say, hey, we can't do it. End of story. Stop asking. This does not mean they can never do a Hooded Cobra Commander. I want everyone to understand that. Right? Doesn't mean they can never do it. It is their property. And if the right people come into play, they can. That's why we had fake laser guns in the beginning. The people that were in charge would not allow them. If you notice, all those guns had square rectangle tips. It was when a new group came in, they campaigned to get it, and that's why they've changed. Now, I know someone's going to say 00 Snake Eyes, but that was a one-off. That was a special edition, something like that. That's the reason why, and that's why it's changed. And from what I understand, they said they'll never let it go back because they know it'll hurt the line. Jay Astro says, "Oh snap!" Lauren said, "We're getting a Hooded Cobra Commander. You heard it here first, folks." So, yeah, Felipe, exactly. If y'all want a hooded Cobra Commander, there's plenty of customs on eBay. Exactly. Absolutely, you're dead right. And now we have multiple Cobra Commanders with different outfits, so you can have whichever one you want. I'm absolutely with you. You nailed it. You know, and people only want hooded Cobra Commander because they can't fucking get it. That's the only reason why. All right, it'd probably be a fucking peg warmer because people would be like, "Well, I really don't like it." Yes and no, from what I understand. Some of them were Nerf based because they had some guns that were Nerf, but that wasn't the actual reason from what I was told. But again, going back and looking at like the I believe Viper weapon, but I know the Cobra weapons, like the Cobra Trooper, stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, there were some Nerf guns that were specifically, you could tell they were Nerf because they owned it. And they probably just looked at the design and was like, hey, this is something that we can do fairly easily, turning into a laser. So, be rad forever. We have a chance to get the Fresh Monkey Fiction hooded Crimson Cobra Commander. Exactly. And hey, you know what? There is Gun Bunny in the chat right now. There is Tony's Figs in the chat. There is, for the love of God, I'm trying to get him on the fucking show. Johnny Reno in the chat. I mean, there are customizers that if you can't paint, you can reach out to them and say, hey, I'd like to commission you to paint this because I can't do it in a way that I think is going to be good, and I'm sure you can get it done, right? Anyway, but I heard a lot of stuff about Hasbro and the inner workings of Hasbro. Lucasfilm / Disney, they control so much. And when you wonder why we're getting HasLabs for the Star Wars team like we do, it's because of Lucasfilm. The team already knows it's not going to do well. But unfortunately, that contract dictates that they get to pretty much say what they want. So that's where you end up with problems like that. So that was something else that I found out. Now, a lot of this stuff are things that I already knew or had an idea, but to have this stuff just confirmed. And again, I don't know why the hooded Cobra Commander thing drives me fucking nuts. There are things that trigger me. We know that. That is one that it triggers me. And I had a nice long talk with someone that does. They do contract work for Hasbro, specifically working with them. And he said the same thing. He goes, I can't really say what I do to, with people, but he's like, that is something that I have asked them about, and they've all said the same thing. Like, we can't do it. It was handed down from the top. End of story. So, not saying that it will never be done. It's all about who's in charge. So, there may be someone that comes in that says, hey, that was my favorite fucking figure as a kid. It doesn't look anything like what the Bottom Virtue says. We're going to do this. All right. Club Tarkin. If you know, you know. Club Tarkin was awesome. All right. Club Tarkin was, so Sunday night, myself, Tony, Travis, Zen, Sherlock, Pop Blender, Down South 77. Dude, it was fucking so hot there. All right. It was in the mid 90s and like 400% humidity. It was crazy. Like, if you went outside, we decided to go to the pool. Why not? Right? Club Tarkin for life. Exactly. So we go down to the pool. We spent like 2 hours in the pool, like some of us. I spent a lot of time actually in the pool. And during it, Tony's May the Power of the Force Tarkin video came up and what he learned, and we turned it into Club Tarkin because Travis was playing some I don't know, like techno music or something. I don't know what it was. But during Club Tarkin, just so you know, the AWOC guys, they were there. Now they didn't realize they were in Club Tarkin. They accidentally walked into it. Then we got the Murphy brothers to come down. All right? And let me tell you about Ray Murphy and James Murphy, just awesome dudes. Absolutely awesome guys, man. But every Sunday, that Sunday night, as long as it's not raining, and how even if it's raining, as long as there's no fucking lightning, Club Tarkin is happening, man. Club Tarkin will be happening at JoeFest every Sunday. That's being handed down. So that was another thing I found out. The other thing, another thing is so many people from other countries that fly in. Yeah, the Irishman chilled with us. The Irishman. Hey, listen. There's a lot of chlorine in that water. There might be a lot of pee too, but chlorine kills the pee, right? We also found out that the fucking, like the restaurant is fucking freezing because when you got out of the pool to go get something to drink, it was fucking freezing. I get out there and I'm sitting there and Mark Toys, he sees me, which I didn't even know he knew me. I was surprised at some of the people that knew who I was. He came up to me and he's like, "Hey, you're okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "You look like you can barely walk." I was like, "Oh, dude, we just got out of the pool. It's freezing." He's like, "Did you like jump in the pool and get hurt?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Dude, you look like you can barely walk." But the amount of people that came from overseas that they make this their one trip and they're like, "Yep, next year I can't wait to do this again. I've been coming 2 or 3 years. This is my first try. This is my first time, but I'm going to be here every single year." Like they're already planning it. Back to what I said about the people that knew me that I didn't realize knew me. I didn't realize Mark Toys knew me. That shocked me. Obviously, I know Steve and Ken because I talked to them. So here's the one that, boy, was I surprised knew me. And that was the owner of Savage Crucibles. And I'm going to tell the story. Hell, it's my stream. I can tell my own story. So I overhear some guy talking to not the owner. The owner's they're standing right next to each other. And he's working the cash register. And there's another guy, probably one of the sculptors. And he's asking about how can he, if a part's broken, how will they handle it? And he's like, "Hey," he's like, "just send us a picture and a message." And the guy's like, I'm not saying my grandson broke it, but he might have broken it. Like, I'm like, motherfucker, they already said they'll replace it. Just get out of my fucking way. So then I asked the question. I said, "Okay, I got a question about the weak ankles." I go, how are you going to address the weak ankles? And not the owner, but the guy right next to him. He says, "How'd you get it?" I said, "From the Kickstarter." He said, "Well, if you're the Kickstarter, we will be sending new ankles out to you." And the owner goes, "Except to YouTubers that throw their figures." And I went, "I didn't throw the figure." And he goes, "Yeah, you did." I go, "No, I didn't throw the figure." And he goes, "Oh, no, you did. We heard it." And I'm like, I was mad. And I tossed it, I think, onto my desk. Now, you can't see where my desk is, right? And I talked to him a little bit, and he didn't say it in like a joking manner. Like, he didn't kind of like wink at me or anything. Like, "Hey, yeah, you threw the," he was pretty serious. And I talked to him a little bit. He explained it. I didn't really like the answer with that the toes weren't ever supposed to be load bearing because why would you have articulated toes if not load bearing? But they are changing that. So anyway, that night, I showed Tony. I was waiting. If you go watch the Savage Crucible video, if you haven't yet, you will see how pissed off I was. I forgot how pissed I was. I was pissed. But I tossed the figure at the end. like onto my table. Because I'm standing here. I throw it onto my desk. Toss it. I said throw. And we all did a little thing. And everyone came to the conclusion it was not a throw. It was not a chuck. As Baldy said, it was a toss. But it did make a lot of noise. Because it just when it hit the desk, it made a lot of noise. So if you watch my walkthrough video, you will see me come up to him. And I said, hey, hey, last night we all watched the video and everyone came to the agreement. It wasn't a throw. It was a toss. And I shook his hand. I said, no hard feelings. I'm not trying to make enemies. Of course, as I was walking through and showing the Savage Crucible, the one guy was posing the figures. And what happens? The figure fell because the ankles were weak. Can't make this shit up. But anyway, I realize people actually know who I am that are making toys, which is kind of crazy. And I wouldn't say that was a bad encounter, but it made for a hell of a story. I gotta say that. Patrick Stewart from the Full Force is a hell of a nice guy. And he can talk. Because I was trying to go to bed. I wanted to take a picture with him. Now, again, I have to blame myself, too, because I might be able to talk a lot, too. I did finally make it to bed before Baldy, Travis, and Tony. But not much sooner than them. Tony and I and Baldy all got to stand on the hallowed ground of the infamous fight, along with cousin Kenny from the toy department. About that story, and if you know what we're talking about, then you do. But there was a issue between cousin Kenny from the toy department and the people from Valaverse. We got to stand right there. That was interesting, and Tony got to hear more, but not from him because he can't speak on it for legal reasons. GI Bro, yeah. Patrick was very cool. Yep. Yes, Ron. It's funny that you bring that up. Ed, how many times have I done the, I don't know if you know this, I'm kind of a big deal. Vine Jungle Figure Factory, thou shalt not toss thy figures. It made for a great story. It really did, man. It was, but he knew exactly who I was. Like, he knew exactly who I was. But this is how, and again, I don't have you have problems. It's an early line. It's all about how you address it. And I told him that same thing. But when I rewatched the video, boy, was I heated. But you guys didn't see the 15 or 20 minutes that I sat here trying to pose the figure on the Lazy Susan, right? You guys didn't, and that's why I was just extremely pissed off. And here's Travis. I wouldn't go that far, but I had a good time with you. I'm not going to call you my best friend. Tony might get upset about that. I was way past Swiffer. Dude, you'll watch that video. I was way past Swiffer. I don't know if I was as mad on Swiffer. Well, I'd have to go watch that again. I think the only comparison could be me doing that Super 7 Tiger video. But I forgot. Dude, I'm telling you, I forgot how fucking pissed I was. Okay. I may have known this, but I really got to test it. When we did our panel, we found out that my voice is louder than a mic. All right. I don't need a mic for everyone in a room to hear me. I tend to project. And thank God, because people were actually able to hear what I was saying when we did the panel. And that panel was a lot of fun. A lot of it had A lot of the fun had to do with us not understanding what Travis said, and Baldy and I looking at each other, going, "What the fuck is he talking about? What was the question?" um, but oh my god, man, we had a fucking we had a fucking blast. They could hear me. Well, again, all the people over at the end, because of where the toy swap was going, that you couldn't hear anything, unfortunately, man. It didn't matter if it was Bob Breakin or who it was. That was a dumb place to have it at that time. It's a good idea because people are coming up these stairs and then they can see the panel. A lot of people would stop, but that whole toy trader thing really fucked with everything for every single one. But the panel was a lot of fun. We had a blast. I got to thank all the guys that have followed me, that are in here, that came there to watch. A little disappointed Ed didn't heckle. And then all the people that, that just stopped in to see what the hell we were talking about. Ace for Ramen is a hell of a guy. And he is doing something with vehicles that the big companies aren't doing. He's doing it for a reasonable price. And yes, you are going to have to wait. But Ramen is giving you guys, I guess myself too. I don't, I'm not buying a lot because they're so expensive and so space heavy that it's difficult. But the stuff that he is doing is awesome. And, I got an idea of how good the Ramen Racer was when I reviewed it. Not that I ever thought that it was going to be bad, but I did have an issue with, the amount of time that it was taking to get the product. And Ace actually said, "Hey, you know what? That's cool. You had a legitimate complaint, and you know what? We addressed it, and we're all good." So, if you are interested in vehicles, Ramen might be the way to go because you're going to get a hell of a deal. RoboSkull needs to be in my hand. I learned that. I bought it like 2 fucking years ago. And Space Heavy, like a Rattler, yeah, fuck. Yes. Yeah, like the fucking Rattler. That's going to take up so much space. But hey, you know what? I have quite some time to figure out where I'm going to put that. The problem is I haven't figured out where I'm going to put the Dragonfly. So the RoboSkull, I don't know where the fucking RoboSkull. Someone actually said, "I'm fine with the RoboSkull not coming yet because I have no place for it." I was like, you know what? That is a hell of a. That is an agreement. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's getting late. RoboSkull is awesome. I learned that this isn't the end of RoboSkull, or I'm sorry, Skeletron. They are working on a line. And I think it's a good chance to say that one of the lines might have some top hats. Just saying. Might have some top hats in it. And if they do, I'm sure they're going to look pretty damn cool. So that's going to continue on. You're going to get so much stuff, so many new toys. I mean this sincerely, and I didn't realize how much. Delta 17, Steve, if you're still listening, after Fresh Monkey Fiction, you guys were probably the talk of JoeFest. So many people were buying your figures. Now, you had figures there, which was a step up from a lot of people. And I heard some people have complaints. Again, I can only imagine the logistical nightmare to bring a fucking line there. But the amount of shows that I have watched about JoeFest and people talking about you guys, you need a panel next year. You really do. And I don't mean to put pressure on you. I don't mean to put pressure on you, but you guys need a panel to discuss where you plan on going from there. Because so many people talked about it. And it's great that no one is waiting for your figures. Here you guys go. This is what we have right now. And you can buy every single one of your figures there. And then you had a JoeFest exclusive. And yeah, it was a repaint, but that's what exclusives are supposed to be. And it's an army builder, right? We watched a guy buy a case that last day. He bought a fucking case of them. $1,000. All right? The only other person spending more money than that was Terrence, who every time I saw him buying something, he was buying $1,000 worth of stuff. But you showed off the, your the 1.5 figure, right? And people that don't collect O-rings anymore picked up your stuff. And I only have the highest regards for your stuff. Again, your issue had to do with some issues with the T-bar. And you addressed it like a good company should. And you said, going forward, hey, this is what we're going to do. But let's be honest, most of the people there, they know how to fix that stuff. Like if you give them the T-bar, they know how to go and fix it. So, great job. And yeah, I consider you guys fucking friends, right? I mean, I talk to Ken all the time. I know Ken and we go back and forth on streams. I call him out. Him and I talk all the time. I'm breaking the kayfabe. But yeah, I didn't expect to hear so much talk about you guys because Delta 7 and Delta, Fresh Monkey Fiction is huge. The Four Horsemen are huge. Everyone's waiting for Skeletron. The Marauders. People have been waiting for Call Sign Longbow. You guys were sitting there across from AWOC, across from Savage Crucibles. You guys didn't fall asleep with the other people that were across from you. Kentucky Fried Toys, right? I always want to say Kentucky Fried Movie. But man, you guys, seriously, knocked that out of the fucking park. I want to see a panel next year with new shit, like a helicopter. And then some other stuff that I kind of addressed at the beginning. But there are still a lot of assholes that did a hell of a job to, I don't know what their deal was. But while we were there at JoeFest, I would assume other guys got messages about things that the people were saying about us. I found that out too. Of course, you don't see those people at cons, right? They don't want to show up. They don't want to come in and say, hey, you know what? What's going on with this? Ask people directly if you have a fucking problem with them. I have a forum. I have no problem addressing anything. Anything that I say behind fucking closed doors, right? If I put it, I've said before, if I say something on Punk's Pit, which is members only stream, I know that it can get out. If I put it on fucking Facebook, I know it can get out. If I put it in our Discord, I know it can get out. So I'm not hiding anything that I fucking say. I'm sure there are some other things. If anyone else wants to kind of message or put in the comments what they saw, I'd love to hear what some of you guys, but I think I speak for most of the people. Oh, I can say this. I also found out that in Augusta, fucking Georgia, everything on Sunday closes at 3 fucking p.m. Yeah, I am short. I am definitely short. I missed the Savage Land. right? Aaron got a fucking picture with him. I didn't even know he was there. Oh, I did learn that, if I do a panel next year, that I need to bring a megaphone. That way I don't need to worry about if people can't hear me. I'll be like Jimmy fucking Hart with a big giant tricep. Can you imagine my tricep holding that fucking megaphone? It'd be amazing. It's like the only muscle that I fucking still have, the tricep. But I did not sign any autographs. The only thing that I did sign, the only thing that I signed, and I'm glad for because I'm not a star, was Darren 3-Star Draws book. But that was something as to have memories of the people that were at JoeFest with him. So that's not an autograph. That's a signature because, hey, you know what? I want to have these memories of people that I hung out with. And again, it was one of the best weekends of my life. And I swear everyone else said the exact same thing. You better get GI Bros workout plan before next year, Punk. Oh, dude. Like I said, I will be bigger than him. I probably won't be more ripped, but I will be fucking big. That's all I have right now. And it just came out. Like, dude, the moment I saw that picture, I'm like, dude, look at that fucking tricep. But you know what? Anyone that's ever worked out, like, and especially, I mean, I did it for a long time. And Rich, you know this. When you see a picture that someone takes and something is just standing out from you working out, you are so fucking proud of that picture. The four horsemen were very complimentary of the show. Man, they would have no reason not to. I mean, that I would say they probably sold the most. I heard some people complaining that they didn't have enough stuff. But again, you're trying to bring your stock down to Augusta. I mean, it's not that easy. You know, you have to have probably a couple fucking trucks, you know, to have everything, you know, enough for everyone to be happy. And pick you up. I might be going with my family next year. That we're still discussing that. And at the end of the day, let's see. 3-Star Draw bought a HISS tank for $350. So I think I paid $325 with tax, so $25 more, which I think is a pretty damn good deal. You know, Travis says Four Horsemen was great, but they didn't have anything to present for the show. No exclusives, no panel, and Jeremy was barely at the booth. Well, you know, you're not going to always have an exclusive. I mean, yeah, it's nice to do it, but PowerCon and Legions Con is something that fits them better. And this was their first time doing it. So, again, I commend what Valiverse did at PowerCon, doing the Horde Swarm. I thought that was really smart. But I don't know how long he had planned on doing it because it takes time. So I don't know, you know, how long it was that the Four Horsemen decided to go to JoeFest. They may not have had enough time to do anything like that. So, but yeah, all in all, if you haven't gone to JoeFest, I'm 100% honest. I have a hard time thinking that one could ever top this. And the only reason why I say that is because next time we go, I've already met so many of these people, and it would be great to see them again. But I can't imagine meeting more people for the first time than obviously this. I mean, we went, and I had met Ed. I met Terrence before. Emerald Knight I had met, Mega J that I had met. So there were some people that I had met. I'd met Ace before, in real life at PowerCon. I didn't really talk to Ace, but I did meet him. But like the other guys, we went out to dinner. Ed and I went out for awful pizza at PowerCon. So there were a few people that I had actually met. But you just meet so many people, and having the time to just, you're not worried about going to work. I drove into PowerCon, I drove home. And I was already exhausted from the week before being in Florida. This was, you drove in, you didn't have to worry about anything till Monday when I was leaving. So, if I were you, if I was all of you, I'd start saving your money, and it's not about buying toys. I mean, it's cool to pick up some stuff, and if you're looking again, for me, I can go to Sergeant Red's and probably find any fucking thing that I found at PowerCon. I go down in his basement and probably find any G.I. Joe figure that I really want, any accessory. It may take some time. Because even my little self is stuck in that place. Not to mention what he has on the floor. But you don't need to spend a lot of money. It's the memories, the hanging out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in the lobby, and nobody there, like, they don't care. Like, the staff, they know what's going on. It's loud. The whole fucking place is sold out the whole place is almost all people from JoeFest. So there's no one coming down to complain, and the hotel rooms aren't anywhere near the lobby. But there's 2 levels that is just completely occupied by us. And I can't speak for Ed. I can't speak for, Ed and Teflon, but I spent all my time downstairs till the last day when we were leaving. I think Ed was the same way. So, I think Ed and Teflon were the exact same. They just stayed right down there. Took the kids to CJ Barrymore. CJ Barrymore is actually pretty cool. There's a lot of shit there. It's like a mile from my house. Do you live that close to me, Flatful? Like, honestly, do you live that fucking close? Or am I missing something? So if you go back and I'm there, are you going to come up and say hi to me? Asking for a friend. Friend is me. So Ed says, Rob and I were in the lobby more than the show. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you think? Oh, you're in Grand Blanc? Oh, okay. So have you gone to Sergeant Red's? Because if you went, sorry, this is side conversation here. If you went to CJ Barrymore's, I hope you start at Sergeant Red's, because it's like 4 miles away, maybe 5 miles, maybe a little bit. CJ Barrymore's is like, I can hear them if I go for a walk. I can actually hear the roller coaster and everything. So, yeah, the memories, the people that you're going to meet are absolutely awesome. So I would say save a little bit of money. If you room with 1 or 2 people, it really wasn't expensive. I roomed with Travis and Tony, and Travis got a suite, and it cost us $173 each for 3 nights. That was for 3 nights, not $173 a night. And again, it was absolutely great. So think about going next year, and I don't think anyone's gonna. I don't think you would regret it. Again, we might even be. Tony, myself, and Zen have all discussed possibly bringing our kids, because the daughters are all the same age or around the same age, and they can go swim, walk down on the floor, do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. All right. But it has been 3.5 hours. and I am all JoeFested out. And thank you guys all for tuning in. Did you guys all hit that like? Listen, there are still 77 people watching right now. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, I fully understand, but hit that subscribe button. A lot of people don't subscribe on the lives. I don't know why. I'm no different. You just kind of forget to hit the subscribe, but hit that like button. It is the best way to let YouTube know that, hey, I like this show. I like this asshole. A slimy asshole. That just sounded absolutely wrong. Dude, if you come up, you better, dude, I'm not joking. You better let me know. And we will, even if I have to fucking cancel a Monday night so we can fucking hang out, I'd rather do it on a weekend. It'd be a lot easier. Because I work during the weekend. If you make it up here, we're going to fucking go hang out, dude. That is for sure. The figure tossing jerk. I like that one. Oh my God. You guys absolutely fucking kill me. I am going to get out of here. Thank you guys very much. This Thursday with a Friend is a pre-recorded one. You've probably already seen the thumbnail. It is with Frostbite, G.I. Joe Repros. All his information is in the description. Go there and like him. He's one of Shark Guy's friends. I've been on a show with him other than what I just did, and great fucking guy. That's all I can say about that. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'll see you guys, or at least talk to you guys all this Thursday. And this Friday, I will do a Punk's Pit. That's it. Members only, 10 p.m. till, God, probably 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. No shit. All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Talk to you soon.